we've got a couple things going on here. There we go. Oh, we've got a couple things going on here. Let's take care of some things. I've got multiple music streams going on in my ears for some reason. And let's just take care of that. Not sure where that's coming in from, guys. I've got a separate stream of music playing, so bear with me, everybody. It's going to be a fun night. Where is that music coming from, people? I found it. There we go. All right, we had an escape thing. We had an escaped music player today. Don't worry about it. It's all right. It's going to work out. It's going to work out. All right. So, I got gremlins coming in here having fun with me. How are y'all doing? I see some people in the chat tonight. It is Tuesday. Man, we are already halfway through this October. I saw Roxanne in here earlier tonight, and Marlene. Everybody's doing their thing. I'm going to catch up as fast as I can. We're going to get to it. I'm excited. Next week is Get Your Costumes On Day. I didn't get one on today yet. Next Tuesday and Thursday, don't forget now, we're having a little holiday thing. We're going to do our costumes. We're going to have some questions tonight. Maybe do a little poll stuff. I'm taking some cues from Dan Bearded and his great lives that I've been watching lately, and some other people as well. And trying to learn along the way. And of course, we're going to sit here and invite our good friend John in, who are still celebrating and all buzzing from our Saturday night marathon. And his climb over that threshold, which is a whole lot of fun. We've got Hey Cashews. We got Cashew in the house. See you soon. Oh, we already passed all that. Zan, how you doing? Zan, it's good to see you. I know you've been doing your lives. I got to catch up with you. I've got to catch up with. We got Marlene. Dan, how you doing? It's time to party. It's always time to party. I've got a llama back here who's been partying. It's actually considered a piñata, but I promised the person I wouldn't break it open. It's not really made for that. I'm going to scan through these chats quickly, but I want to do it with my friend, my good friend and partner, and the guy who's still buzzing from Saturday night. He's probably like, whoa, stop talking about it. You're making me all feel mushy and crazy and weird. But here we are. How you doing, John? Let's bring you into the house here and see what's happening. Oh, here we go. Oh, my God. This is fun.
Okay.
What was that?
My name's not John Ryans, by the way.
Again with the Ryans. I'm going to leave it tonight. That's the way it's going to be. Didn't I correct
everybody
it's funny. I corrected that last week, but I didn't save the thing. And, you talk to the people for 1 second. I'll fix it. I don't want you to have to sit here and feel all, insulted by the...
People say that I'm more than one person most of the time anyway.
No.
At least my son does.
There we go. There you are. You fixed. How's that? Jesus Christ.
You really screwed me.
I don't have to listen to it anymore tonight, okay?
You really screwed me. Oh, God.
How you doing? Are you still buzzing? You still buzzing?
Oh, dude, yeah. So,
I love that.
Thank you everybody that hung around on that ridiculous stream that came out of nowhere. But you say hi to everybody that's coming in. Yeah. I see Dan. I see Dan. Melanie, Diane here. Hello, and Sammy. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, we're gonna put them up.
A lot of people here.
We're gonna put them up. Yeah, we're gonna try to put them up, if we can get them up. Oh my goodness.
Get them up, all. Get them up, Jaw. Get them up. Get them up. Get them up, Jaw. Sorry.
Why is my chat not going? I'm having a night. Why is my chat not going up? I checked.
Did you update it?
No, you know what happens? I probably went through and when I had to restart earlier in the show when you saw, I wonder if it took out
Well, take your time.
Yeah, I'm going to put it back in.
Check it and redate it if you got to. Put it back in. I'll say hi to a few people here. Horizon Picks is here. Thanks for coming in. And I see also Roxanne, and my mom is here, by the way, guys. And Everyday Tech, and Melanie Diane Howe, and Sammy Superstar, and Vince Portelli,
Dear Vince.
who actually came to my house on Sunday, and we had a great time. I had a bunch of people over, and my wife surprised me with a little cake that said, "Congratulations for the 1,000," right? So that happened on Saturday. Right after that show was done, I went and put my application right in, and I got approved on Monday. So I am monetized.
So you're monetized and you're buzzing and you're ready to go, and you probably want to sleep for like a month.
I'm already just trying to learn.
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn what I need to know.
Patrick, how you doing, Patrick? I was glad to jump on your live Sunday. I saw you on Patrick's live on Sunday as well. That was a good time.
Yes.
Always nice
Yes.
to see you and everybody saying hi. And little echo going. We still got an echo going, or are we clear that up? There was a little bit of an issue at the beginning. I apologize.
No, I don't hear anything.
I think that was at the beginning when I had a couple music sources going through. Vinny, I heard he came over, and I can only imagine the belly rubbing you guys did with each other. That must have been a lot of fun.
It was
a lot of fun.
It was fun. We had a good time. I showed off the studio, and
yeah. So
it was pretty cool.
You said it's been like a year since you'd seen him?
Yeah, so Vinny makes maple syrup every year, and he literally has this like pretty big shack in his backyard, and he sits there and boils this down. It takes hours and hours because I don't know if you guys know this. It takes like 40 gallons of like that sap to get like 1 gallon of maple syrup.
Yeah,
and he does that, and he sells it to all his high school friends and all his friends. He sells out in like a heartbeat. But that's when I saw him last year. But like we went to high school together, so 30 something years ago.
Wow. That's crazy.
So, yeah.
I don't think I know anybody that long because I went to high school way down south, and when I moved back out of that area, I didn't really maintain French. not on purpose. It just didn't happen. I don't know anybody down there. Dan says that Nightbot is tripping tonight, acting like a tyrant. I think he's kidding, right?
Yeah.
Is he?
No, he is. He's I saw a couple of people get kicked out for like 5 seconds and deleted.
Oh, that's my Nightbot. My new Nightbot's getting all wonky, huh? How do I do with that, John? Just pull up Nightbot and kill it, and maybe I could do that.
Well,
or pull it as a
Nightbot, you
mod.
don't want to have them control like anything because even if it's like that, people put a couple capitals in there, it will start getting crazy. I just use Nightbot strictly, pretty much for links because it works really good. It lets you put a bunch of links in there, so I have it come up like my merch every 30 minutes or something. Yep, and then like a buy me a coffee, I'll put it in for like every 40 minutes or something.
I can go pull it out. I can go pull that out as a mod, and then we'll reset it for next week. It's being a little aggressive, so maybe I'll just keep.
I have Christmas Clatter. He got a lot of trees today, bro. Lots of trees because Christmas is coming.
I'm going to give you a second on this, and do me a favor and keep that thing going.
Todd, and then yeah, basically Tommy and Kombucha are here, but Tommy, I don't know what happened on Saturday. It was crazy because, I'll tell it more on Thursday on my show. But I had gotten on just on a last second stream. I actually was doing a stream, and it was called "This Stream is About Nothing, and if you think I'm kidding, you're wrong," and something like that. And so I wanted to prove the point that sometimes when you just stream, that people just want to jump on and have fun and let loose and not have to stress, not watch a stream that talks about stressful situations and just want to have some fun and some laughs. So we started out on there, and I ended up getting, like, it just went nuts. A frenzy started, and a couple people here, which I think helped out. And then I was on for a couple hours. Then Jeff was like, "Hey, I'll come on." And the crap just hit the fan, right?
It did.
And
it just went
all
nuts.
All of a sudden, I'm like, went from 935 subscribers to 1,002 by the time we were done with that stream.
That was crazy. I've never seen. I've not seen in that kind of situation where people pick up like 60 plus subs. That was nuts.
No,
that was
that was
a weird
crazy.
night.
And for all those people, that $5 check is in the mail. It should get there really soon.
I fired Nightbot for the night. Nightbot has been put in the corner along with Baby.
That wasn't funny. What I just said. That wasn't funny.
It's hilarious, but I'm going to step right over it. And
you pulled the John Ryan, bro.
I pulled a John Ryan. John and I have this thing where I'll say something always under my breath, and he just walks right through it, doesn't even acknowledge it, which is probably the best thing. Yeah, I do look different without glasses, and my monitor was a little farther away, so no echo. We're let go. We're fine.
Froze.
Yeah, I froze.
I don't know what he did.
Are you kidding?
Uh-oh.
It's a perfect night. It's a perfect storm for me. Let me check my speed. Yep, my speeds.
Is it me?
No, it's me. It's me.
Jay, is that 192?
No, it's me.
Wonder if it's my internet.
No, it's me. Oh boy. Okay. All right. Okay.
It's me. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody can hear me in the stream, and they
I don't
can't
know.
hear you.
I don't know.
Or
I'm not sure what happened.
curious.
I feel like I'm still up on the screen.
Might have to pull the John Ryan show.
Yeah, might have to pull the John Ryan show. J.A. John Ryan right over that. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, guys. I'm having a night, and I don't care. It's Halloween. It's Gremlins.
J.A. John Ryan right over that.
Yeah. I'm guessing nobody can hear me, even though I can see myself on screen, or because John's saying he can't hear me.
You.
Okay. Can you guys give me a thumbs up or down on whether or not you can hear me? Can you see me? You guys look and sound good. John, why are you screwing with me, John? Why are you giving me...
like, I didn't know what happened, so I was like, I better recall back in just in case.
This has been such a wonky stream from the get-go. Oh, maybe because I fired Nightbot, you know?
No, I know what it was, bro. I know exactly what it was.
What?
It was you telling me yesterday that you're all, like, you feel like you got this VMix thing down pat in two outings, and I was like,
VMix is not my problem. VMix is not the problem, though. The issue is I'm a little I think Wave XLR is causing me problems a little bit too, and it's just been inconsistent.
Think so.
Okay, well there you go.
I think it's time for a new PC.
That is not a lie. Actually, it's going to happen. Actually, that's going to happen. We're getting a new PC, people, and we're going to go over to. Hopefully, we go over to John's and build that sucker right in his basement or wherever you live. I don't know.
Yeah, downstairs.
You live downstairs. Okay.
I'm living downstairs. The family lives upstairs.
Yeah, it's kind of the way it works out a little bit. I don't know who that is. Reindeer Games. Yep. Yeah, I'm almost near 200. I mean, I don't know. You know what's funny is I think I was really interested in the sub count more than I should have been, up to about 120, and then I'm like, it's such a long game. I think I got to let that go. And Dan was nice enough to give me a little plug last night, and that was very nice. And some of his people came over and were very friendly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Horizon, great idea for a title. Congrats on the 1K. It was cool to come back, and you were over a few hours later. Yeah. Oh, you were over a few hours later. It's all we took. A few hours, and boom, you were on the roll.
It was crazy. I didn't know what was going on, and I think like Cashew saw it and a couple other people, and they were like, "Don't go anywhere," because I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go because I got things to do in the morning," and then all of a sudden, I still just don't even know how it got there. It was just well, I know it was a lot of help of everybody. So
look at that! Look at that Halloween. Look at this.
Yeah.
There's a guy spending way too much time on VMix. Trying to get stuff going on. Yeah, I think, Tommy had mentioned earlier, I think he was kidding when he said, oh, did you go over 1,000? Maybe he was kidding. I think he was kidding. He
was there.
Yeah, I was going to say he was there. Yeah. He said it's you, so maybe it wasn't me that was bailing out of the stream. Maybe it was you. Because
no, it wasn't me.
They all said they could see and hear me, though. They all said they could see me and hear me, and they said it was you. So, I don't know. It says John froze for just a few seconds. Yeah. So
it was more than a few.
If that's the case, let's just put it this way: it's the first thing that's went well for me to do, right from the get-go. Oh my God! Hey, while we're screwing around here, I'm going to throw up because I worked on these because it matters. So we're all going to go to trick or treating, and next week, we have the whole. I guess we're going to dress up. If I can get VMix working, we're going to dress up and do our thing and have our first costume. That'll be cool. And I'm actually going to dress up a little stuff back here, although we'll see. It'll be kind of fun. I've got some Halloween music on a thing, and I thought we'd have some questions tonight. Maybe just kind of get ourselves in the mood as we go. We can talk tech. If anybody's new here and wants to talk tech, I probably scared everybody away with Nightbot that went into new. But you know what? If you're not new and you're in the house, just say hello and ask a tech question. We're not going to run you out of here. It's going to be just fine. What is my question? So my question is, my first question is always to people. I want to know, because I do have a preference. Do you prefer Kit Kat or Twix? So if anybody wants to drop that as we're talking about other things here, let me know. I'm a big fan of one and not the other. And you would think that they both are the same, but they're not the same. They are not. Can you say Twix?
No, they're not the same.
Okay.
No. Because Twix has that caramel over the top, and Kit Kat does not. But the layered wafers of a Kit Kat is not what's in a Twix either.
That's true. And I really can't stand, I prefer Twix, and I like to put them in the freezer, but I do not like the white chocolate Twix or that
No.
versions of that stuff kind of just turns me off, man. I don't really care for that at all.
I'm not nuts over over candy in general. So my favorite is Reese's peanut butter cups.
Okay.
That's my favorite though.
Oh yeah, do you put those in the freezer? I put everything in the freezer. I don't know why, but I really like mine in the freezer. So
My wife puts everything in the freezer. I just like the fridge, if anything.
yeah, it was a live stream. He was up all night. I think that's what he kind of meant by that. That's
So
actually
did you see what Melanie said about the Wave XLR update? Or no?
no. I probably blue-eyed pie.
Because
Melanie says I had some issues with the wavelength since they updated when they announced. Yeah, well, John was here last week when I got that update, and it was a mess. I don't even remember what we had. We had to do some. I had to uninstall and reinstall. But then there was a problem because when I reinstalled, I said save my settings, even though you were.
yeah, that was it.
And that was the butcher. And then when I didn't do that, then everything was fine. But yeah, I didn't care for that. That kind of irritated me a little bit.
That was that is the only glitch that I've had with this thing since day one, was when I just did the last update last week, was that I had to go back in and just reset some settings in the routing, and that was it though. I absolutely love this Wave XLR. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, and I literally put the final stamp on recording for a Gold XLR mini review, mini review. And bottom line is I would go with the Wave XLR, even though I don't even care. Like I was like, oh, wait till the end of the video, I'll tell you what I think. But the truth of it is, as much as I love these sliders, you can get over that. What you have, but it is superior. We'll see what happens. I keep hearing about some beta testing going on on the Gold XLR, but as of now, currently stands. Gold XLR, right?
Well, you did you add your VST3s to Wave?
Yes, I did, and I was going to show that tonight, but with the Halloween stuff and then whatever. But I did. Okay. John's saying, and I can show it on this desktop easy. But yeah, I absolutely did add my VST3 plugins into that update. So now with the update, we can add the VST plugins, which are great. So I have the Wave VST suite. It's a VST3 suite. Went right in like they said it would, and it works. And I was able to run some noise suppression, some EQ, live and recording.
That's awesome. And that's a huge plus. If anybody doesn't realize that you can do that now, that was just of like last week. Yeah. And so if you do have, because this is not built in, you're just adding in this to your system. John's big sub count is too much for your dial-up.
Yeah, my 48K dial-up squealing modem is just not doing very well. So that's good. TwitCat we got a KitKat for Brian. We got a Twit and KitKat are great for Sammy. Likes both. Sammy, you can't be on the fence. You got to pick one. That's fine. Go for it. Yeah. What's this say here? This is a. I got to go KitKat if I had to choose, says Horizon. Yeah, you're smart. Amy says both. That's my wife, by the way.
It is.
That's my little wife down a little. I don't think she's ever come up on here with her little picture. Look at that.
Oh, that's true, bro.
That's the first time. I think she's been up, but she hid behind the little shell of an avatar. So if everybody is curious, that is my wife down at the bottom left. And you know what? That's the first time you've seen her. Welcome to the show.
There she is.
Yeah, it's not that she's not been in all the time. It's just she's a lurker and she's private. But she did. She put herself out there. Good for her. She's supporting the cause, and I can appreciate that. I see Dr. Rob Allen stopping by to drop off a like, which you are a wonderful soul. I appreciate you.
What's up, Dr.
Sir?
Rob?
Thank you for doing that. It means a lot to me. Of course it does. Bool, cool. Your mom loves that K and that cool. I like it. It's kind of old school, It's like, the Elgato, that sounds frustration. Elgato Go, LOL, that sounds frustrating. Yep. He's starting to sound like you.
Elgato Go.
Yeah. Oh no! Let's see who. Somebody got snapped. Snap! You guys went on out with this banner. Nice. Yeah. No,
I didn't gift that to Jeff. Did you read what she said?
Oh, snap! You guys went all out with this banner. Oh, which banner? Is she talking about the
Colette? I'm talking about Tracy beforehand. You just
Oh, no.
you didn't read the rest of her.
I know. She was ahead. I bounced back. That's okay. It's my stream.
Oh, okay.
I can bounce around in my stream like a maniac. Look, I'm going to give you guys.
I just want to make sure that people know I didn't send that llama.
I'm going to be honest with you. I may give some people seizures the way I'm bouncing around on chat right now. I apologize. But yeah, Colette says, "Oh snap! You guys went all out with this banner." Thank you. I've been worked a little bit on vMix.
That was Jeff.
Yeah. John can't do this, so I know that was a challenge. Tracy says, "I like the llama support John just decided to gift to Jeff. Nice shirt." Oh yeah.
Wait. I gift this to you because I got a shirt. She's saying.
Yeah.
All right. That's kind of true.
It's so funny because the man never uttered the word llama one time before I met him. And now he's got the no problem llama. I know at some point he's going to be wearing probably some pajamas someday with llamas on them. He's taking all the llama credit. He ordered some people. I wasn't going to say it, but
I had no choice, dude. Listen, it is on a stream, and it's not like I want to do it. First of all, it's on a stream saying that if it is, no, I don't. But the only good thing is those will be handy when it gets cold a little bit. But the thing is, I said on a stream that if by the 18th, the latest by the 18th of October, if I hit 1,000 subscribers, I would buy llama pajamas.
Oh, you have to because it was before the 18th. Man, you got it under the clock right there. But Brian says, "Nice to meet you, Amy." Yeah, that's so funny. Tommy says, "Hi, Mrs. Jeff's wife." Yeah, I'm more like the Mr. Amy husband or whatever. Hi, wifey. Yep, here we go. All good evenings to Amy. Hi, all. Yep. Now she's annoying. Go to bed.
I can't wait till she attacks your stream like I get attacked.
Is my wife going to troll and raid me? You mean? Oh, yeah. You've had some issues. Well, I mean, to be fair, you were just getting corrected on mistakes you were making. So.
Oh, God. See, I spoke so soon.
Mm-hmm. I don't make mistakes. I will double-check my work before I'm going to be skewered. Tommy says, "It's my stream, and I'll bounce if I want to. Bounce if I want to." Thank you. I just had to shut him down there for a second.
Girls just wanna have fun.
Guys, I've been using my cell phone for streaming. I think cell phones are underrated. What do you think? I think they're underrated. I mean, people are making wonderful channels and wonderful content with phones. I mean, the phones are amazing, really. You know,
here's the thing where people make mistakes a lot with their cell phones is, first of all, just like even like they make the same mistakes with cameras is they don't set their exposures and they don't unlock them. And they don't set, if they have an app that has, a white balance, they don't set and lock that. You do both of those things and get your colors looking pretty good on a phone, dude, you can look really good.
Yeah, I don't think people you can white balance. You can do so many things with these phones. And if you really want to get, I have the Samsung, so I have the S20, which is a great phone. But the iPhones are as good or better. But you get into those manual settings and it's just nuts what you can do with those if you're patient and you learn them like any camera. But that's definitely underrated. And I think people,
you can go buy a GH5 if you want that, beautiful pulsating focus issue.
Yeah, right. You're such an
Everybody loves their GH5s.
Yeah, I like the pulsating.
The pulsating is great.
By the way, your wife says he was searching like crazy on Amazon for his llama PJs. Don't let him fool you. Were you a maniac? Were you a maniac? Have to. Oh, you have to. I think it's cute. Do they have feet? Little feetsies?
I think they do. Because I didn't get like a costume. I got literal like real pajamas because I was like, the costumes were like thick, and I couldn't even sit here in these things. I'd be sweating to death. So
it's not the one with the llama head with a tongue, though.
I'll tell you what. While you're talking, I'll look them up and then I'll show you too.
Well, I just want to add that Tommy said he saw on John's Amazon wish list he had a pair of llama stay still boots. He's going deep, Jeff.
My birthday's in December, so if you can check that wish list, I'll put the wish list up also.
Stay still, John. Stay still, Sean. I've got to give you a shot of ivermectin. Ivermectin. It's so funny. I hear that word all the time, and we used ivermectin on the llamas every month for deworming. So it's like, And we used to get all over us. And we're like, well, we won't have worms. I never thought about using it for a future pandemic, but okay, whatever.
Did you
Did I what?
did you think it was funny? Like by the end of that stream on Saturday, I was so incoherent. I'm like, don't use any big words. I was like,
Yeah, you literally were stumbling over like words that were difficult, like what
I was
and van.
falling asleep.
You're like, you didn't know whether you were partying or passing out or you were going to go to sleep. But I think you did all
I
three.
didn't know.
OC does pay off sometimes, Dr. Rob. It does. I could use a little bit more of it.
Oh, you're gonna love these. They are kind of cool.
All right, I'm going to pop it up. A bit. I'm going to pop you up big.
All right, you want to see this?
Yeah, hang on a sec. I'll give you a ride. Hang on a second. All right. Oh, geez. Oh, I can get me some of these.
So, see,
Oh,
they're
my.
like Christmas ones too with the llamas, right?
Oh, it's perfect
And
timing.
it's got the hood,
Oh, okay. I'm going to have to get
and
me a
then
pair
look,
of these.
it does have the feet there too.
Do they only come in one color? Please
oh,
tell
that's
me
the
that. No,
color
they got
I
other
got, I
colors.
think.
No, they got to have other colors. Come on.
No, that was the Christmas one.
All right. Well, I will. Whatever. I may order the same ones just to have them. Then we can stream together
I
with
like
our
them.
llama pajamas.
No,
But
I'm streaming.
Huh? Yeah, we can do it.
No, that's weird.
No, it's not weird. It's perfectly normal. People do it all the time.
That's weird. That's weird.
People stream in onesies all the time. I don't know what you're talking about. It's perfectly
So,
normal.
can I show someone else something that I ordered today on
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, this is what I ordered this today on Amazon today too.
Hang on,
Take
sorry,
a look.
hit the wrong
This-
button. Hit the
so
wrong buttons. There we go.
if so you could see the date right here, right? October 19th. That's today. So
Mm-hmm.
what does that mean if I ordered this Go 9 AC PW20 AC to adapter? What does that mean? If anybody knows what that means, put it in the chat and let's see if they come up with it. All right, Jeff? And let's see if they figure it out.
Oh, you're doing a little like a test here or something? Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's a quick one, just like a little bit enough of time so they can kind of see what it was real fast. And if they caught it, then they caught it. It shouldn't take you more than a second to catch it, though.
I wanted to see here. I saw this. Tracy Parks was saying, I'm hoping they're a little too small, Daniel, just to see him slightly more uncomfortable than he would be. I was hoping they'd be like too short and you'd have to cut the feet bottoms out. That'd be kind of funny.
Bring yourself back.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that. Hang on. I'm so used to you being
There you go.
center of everybody's attention all the time.
You mean just switching?
Yeah. No, don't show it. It has to be surprised. Oh, we're late. Oh,
it's too
she's
late.
going to be so mad now. She's going to be so mad that you.
Why is she mad? I ordered them.
Yeah, but she's right. It probably would have. I was trying not to tell people. I was trying to give them a little taste, and then you had to go out there and like show them. So, whatever.
let's
You're
see
gonna
if anybody-
find some more. You want to go to the bottom and see if anybody's found out your.
Yeah, I'm looking. I don't see anybody catching what I put up. So,
Well, you know what?
I'll make it a surprise on Thursday.
That's okay. Brian just said, how late was the stream? I caught it the next day, John's 1K. It was late. It was late, right? Well, here's the issue. You started at like 8, and it went to like 2 almost. It was a 4-hour plus stream.
Did I start? It was 5 hours.
Okay, so it was a 5-hour plus. It was, yeah, you started like I thought like at 8 and ended around 2 o'clock. It was absolutely ridiculous. I didn't jump on
Something
Brian
like
until
that.
like the last hour or so, hour and a half maybe. Doctor
Brian.
Doctor wants to know, does it have a button-up bottom?
It didn't seem to have one.
Okay. You can cut them. You can make your own though. Button flaps.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not cutting and
You just
making
get
my own.
you get some scissors and some Velcro, and you're good to rock. You can do.
I've seen
Roxanne
those ones, but
Roxanne wants to know: are you sure they're not reindeers? Yeah. Are you sure they're llamas? Are you sure?
no, there's llamas on there, and there were Santa Clauses, I thought.
I want to see these again. I bet they're not llamas.
No, that was llamas. It said llamas, and they looked like llamas.
You know what? Twinsies, the friendship is tight. Yeah. And then when I go your way, he's checking.
Yeah, those are llamas.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely llamas.
You're not sure
Definitely
they're not
llamas.
just deer without antlers or something like that.
No, they're llamas because, yes, they have the design on there and everything. It's definitely a llama
Okay.
and Santa Claus.
If you say so.
Twinsies. This friendship.
He's not doing the transitions, man. What's wrong with you?
I'm not running the show tonight. This is Jeff running the show.
Yeah, it's this, Dr. Allen. Actually, I love that because you don't even know I'm using it, so it tells you that my falling all over myself tonight. You still don't know that I'm running these. No, thank you. That's actually very nice of you. I appreciate that. I know what you mean. We know what you mean, and give it time. I may stumble a little bit and make this look like a clown show. I do have this transition up we could throw up. So let's throw up our little music. Let's see if our music. I thought our music won't come up. That bums me out about the music, brother. It's supposed to be some
J&J show.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Halloween music. So just pretend there's like some Tim Burton music behind it. So next week, Tuesday and Thursday, John and I promised to dress up. I'm going to dress up as one thing on Tuesday, and then on your stream, I'll dress up as something different. Now, on Tuesday and Thursday, we're going to have StreamYard, right? We're going to use StreamYard and bring people in if they want to come in. So if you want to dress up and come on in and just say hi, look, there's not going to be any agenda. We're just having fun, and we're just going to have a week
just
where
having fun.
We don't let her. Well, we're going to let her hair down. One of us is going to let her hair down, and we're just going to have a good time. And
yeah, that's all it's about. Oh, sorry. I was letting my hair down.
So you couldn't even dress up. You had you wore short pants to a very professional show.
Sorry, I had my feet up on the desk.
That's really funny. Brian wants to know: is it normal for you guys, one of you to buy something and then the other one gets the same? I want to say no, but I have to be honest and say it's quite normal. It has been lately, in a way. And, right, it goes all the way back to when I got married on October 14th, and then 6 years later, you got married on October 14th to copy me.
Yep.
Before I met you.
Yep.
And then, we both
I shaved my head, and then Jeff shaved his head.
Well, at some point we did diverge paths, I guess, but we ended up.
He was going to get that job, an acting job, but Bruce Willis got it for that Die Hard scenes.
Bruce. Yeah.
Bruce took you out.
Yeah, he's good. Here we go. Oh, and I thought you were to order the other ones. Boy, she's really riding you. They were funnier. Boy, you're really not getting a lot of love.
They were funnier. But I was reading, and first of all, it's hard to find something that fits a 270-pound guy. And then on top of it, the other ones were like so thick that even if I was down here, I would have to take them off in 10 minutes. They're so hot.
Yeah, we don't want that. So. Are you kidding me? But, maybe, you just walk around the house for the family wearing it. That'd be kind of cool. Tommy says, it's weird. Perfectly normal to stream in a onesie. Generally 48 hours. They are doing 10 to 11. That's spot on. Boy, that is kind of crazy town. Well, you know what happened to us then. You know what? It is true. You hit 4,000 hours with just that stream on Saturday.
I hit 4,500 hours, actually, to tell you the truth.
Did you really? Man, you must have had a couple hours. Brian, you were missed. John was sad you weren't there. Yeah, I remember that. You were like, oh, this would be worth something if Brian was there. Remember that?
Oh, I did say that. Absolutely.
Actually,
I said there's only one person missing.
I'm just messing with you, Dr. Rob. I appreciate it. We're having fun. Yeah, if we can make it look like you don't know who's doing it, that's awesome. However, if I was sitting on the other side of the glass and I was like impressed with something in the tech area, I'd be like, oh, John, they just go, John. And then if we were talking about, well, somebody helped a cat get some milk today, they'd be like, oh, Jeff. They wouldn't, it wouldn't be John. We have our biases. That's fine. We're okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm the conscious of the show.
Difference on Thursday.
I don't like you anymore.
Jerk. He's like a jerk.
Colette says, John, you should cut the back. Yeah, I'm just saying.
What?
You should cut that backside out.
Why? What?
I believe it was
the backside and wear no underwear. Is that great for everybody?
Well, remember how
why am I gonna?
You remember how you just?
Why would I cut the backside?
Because you keep telling us those stories where you go to the doctor for like colonoscopy test and you're like, oh, I'm all these jokes about your wife. I figure if you're going to go there, you might as well have that onesie with the butt drop. Just have that.
That would be funny.
Would be funny.
Go ahead, Doc. I'm ready, and just drop the rear.
Yeah, it's like a drive-through colonoscopy.
Yeah. And then put a wig between my butt cheeks.
Yeah, and then you could just like hang your keister out the window, drop your flap.
This is weird.
Where
the hell are we going with all this tonight?
It's all talk all the time. I'll tech all the time. Yeah. Yeah. Brian Chew one gets the other. Did not know. Yeah, it's true. We always get it. I don't know what to do. You are seeing llamas everywhere now. Here's the thing, man. Once you get that llamas in your conscience, they're everywhere. Actually, like I was always just shocked. If you pay attention, they're like that thing that just resides everywhere. You think Yoda, that little baby crappy weird Yoda guy, you think he's popular? Go look around. There's more Yoda. Yeah. 4,500.
There's definitely.
Oh, look who's in the house here.
Hi.
Laquita and Corey.
Corey.
Yep. And I saw they did. You and I had done the Save Our Marriage thing, and then a few days ago they put out like a recap. I don't know if you saw that. That was cool to watch, and I was very happy. Again, thank you so much for having us. That was actually a very interesting time and great moment for me.
Yeah,
and I know you enjoyed it as well.
Check their channel out. They got some fun stuff going on over there, and they got a great crew of people. So I enjoy going over there.
That is true. This is kind of made for the Dan vibe. Maybe we accidentally stole some about osmosis, some of the Dan. What would you call it? Area topics, or maybe we delved into a little bit of Dan stuff.
There was definitely some new things that I didn't realize were going on with bearded guys and their talks this past week.
They have an interesting talk. I did a lot of work on this. I'm bringing it back up. Let's see. That's what's going to happen here. That's how you know I did this stuff, Dr. Bob, is I'm going to run it a lot because I actually want to see it more. Cracking up on the Jeff Acton comment. Yes. Yeah. We should talk about that. Let's talk about that for a second. That's actually interesting.
This is really cool, right? So this looks like it's like a cologne practically. So this came in the mail, and Coda Music reached out to me, Technologies, and they asked me if I wanted to do. Actually, they didn't ask me if I wanted to do a review. They basically said, "We're sending you this," and I was like, "That's fine," but I put stipulations in. Don't expect a review. And if you do have a review on this, there'll be good and bad things. And they're like, "That's fine." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And so I know about these Coda Music, but it's really cool. It comes in this little canister like this, and what it is it's a mic activator, or like a FET head instead of having like a mic booster on the ground like the CM2 that I did a video on. Then it came in this little package, dude. It looks like so much like a cologne. It's crazy.
Well, I just want to put this up for you. This was dropped just a second ago. Just got your order of Decor Noir. It does look like a little cologne. That's really funny.
And so this is actually going to go right into the back of the mic, and then this will plug into the back of here, and then there's your mic activator, and these go for like $89.99, and I've heard of them, but I've never really done a lot of research, and soon I'm about to do a little testing with it, so we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, man, in the last week, Jeff, like things have started happening. I think a lot of people are starting to recognize us a little bit more, all the way around. And I know that like a couple people have reached out to us to be on some shows together, and that's already you're right. You're right, Cashew. It does look like Draco Noir. That was like the best cologne at the time in like 1987 too.
Way back when, the way back when. Machine.
Yeah, Draca. and then it's like I've had a couple people to reach out. Ken from Just Hit Record did a little interview with me, and then I got that guy Alan D. Leon, and they're going to be going on a stream with the Philippines, with the Philippine crew guys on a Friday night. Friday
night, so that'd be Friday morning, Philippine time, essentially. They're about 12 hours ahead, so okay.
Yes.
Well, congratulations. That'd be a lot of fun. He's a nice guy. He's been in your streams quite a bit. Really I know that he mentioned you in a video that he did. That's he's been promoting you.
And he just crossed 20,000 subscribers himself. So
it's fantastic.
He does a great job.
He does.
So,
Brian wants to know, by the way, does it provide phantom power?
well, yeah, that's kind of what it does, right? So instead of, it doesn't provide phantom power, you will use that
Use phantom
and
power, yeah.
yeah, use phantom power, and then it'll activate your mic. And so instead of using the booster down below, so it's kind of the same thing. And I just want to try it out and see. I'm going to do a little comparison between the Clark Technic, which has gone up in price, and that, and I'm going to see if there's any differences, because that was like a $50 mic booster, and this is about a $90 one, and but also it's not $50 anymore; it's like 60. So, but you get two inputs on the Clark Technic. But I want to try it out, make sure that you really can't tell the difference in the sound and the quality, and see how it pans out in general. But have you? I mean, I have noticed. I've been looking at a lot of stuff, and prices are going up on some
Yeah.
stuff lately.
Yeah, I guess that fits the bill of what everybody's talking about. The supply is
Yeah.
short, the docks
Yeah.
are stuck, and so we were all hoping for maybe a Black Friday where, you know,
Could it
things
be
are gonna
like
come- I
not
don't
as
know.
good?
I think if you're looking at trends and where things are going, and the fact that we are almost in November, I think
Right.
it's not looking good.
No, and
you know?
yeah, I'm a little worried myself
Yeah.
of if really pricing is going to be going in the good direction or not. And actually, I was almost worried that prices might go up on even some of the cameras and stuff that are out there.
Well, because we were really hoping with the new Sony, some of the older camera log would come down in a couple dollars even, because I was hoping to pick up like a Z1 or something. But if you really look around, I'm just not seeing anything inching down. I'm seeing some things inch up. You know, I've been looking after the Gold XLR, which, by the way, is interesting. When the Gold XLR came out in 2018, which at the end of 2018, that suggested retail price was right around $500. You start looking now, I think the last price I saw on it now in 2000, with even competition, it's over $500. So it's more than holding the demand and interest of people, which I find interesting. Well, I mean, the larger Gold XLR is a different cat though than the Mini. Like the Mini is certainly a direct comparison with the Wave XLR. We get all that. There's some differences, but yeah, I mean, when you're talking about the soundboard and you can record samples and voice and audio effects and all that onboard stuff that you can do, which would be the right half of that, which I call it the entertainment bling. That's a totally different animal, and I think the gamers really still love that more than anybody. I know Tommy uses the full one, and he does use the pitch changers and all that stuff.
Well, it's just about the only thing out there that lets you do everything that you need to do as far as routing your sound, and that's why the Wavelink is so awesome also. But the other thing is, I did notice that the Rodecaster I had told you went down like $100. So
is that right?
It was $699 for quite a while, and then I think like about a couple weeks ago, or maybe a week ago, went down to $599 now. So,
but why would that? Why would the Rodecaster go down? So you have to ask yourself. I'm curious about that.
I did ask myself. That was the first thing I thought of. Is like, are they prepping to sell out as much as possible right now with the thoughts of having an updated Rodecaster?
It kind of feels like it, right? I mean,
Otherwise,
I don't know what they're doing. I mean, didn't they just do? When was the last software update that was matter with the Rodecaster Pro? You think?
I mean,
spring.
They had beta a while ago, and I was in the beta, and I think it actually became an update probably about 3-4 months ago. So,
okay, so
not too long ago.
Not too long ago. So yeah, I don't have an answer. It seems like people keep acting like they want them, but here's the thing: I notice they say they want them. But they don't buy them. Like, you know, there comes a point where do you want it or do you need it? I don't think people are convinced they need it, and they're just not sold that. But they do want it. Like, I mean, they're like, I would take one, but they don't feel like they need it enough to pull the trigger on something in that price range.
I don't think anybody needs it. It's just a matter of
maybe
what they want, right? So people treat themselves because they know that it can be like the center of their stream in a lot of ways, or help them a lot of ways, or, make things a heck of a lot easier, or entertaining, to them. So
Yeah.
And all those pluses.
Well, it's just interesting, and I'd be honest with you, I was a little shocked at how the Gold XLRs are holding the price, but I think to the point, as good as the Wave is, it's still not mature yet, and people still see some value in what these are. We'll see what happens in the next year.
Yeah.
Dr. Rob says everything has gone up in price in the last 36 hours. Yeah, it's not getting better, and it seems like there's going to be a
prices.
Yeah, there's going to be a. I feel like there's a coming panic. I don't, we've all noticed some shelves being a little more dry, right? We get that, but like even at Costco a week or so ago, I was like, I went just for a general pickup of paper towel, and I'm like, there are no toilet papers again in here. Like, that's weird. Like, are we getting back to this nonsense, or what's happening?
Yeah.
I hope not. I hope people don't over panic and we learn from what we did. Dan says that COVID was amazing for tech companies, especially in the line. That's not a joke.
Yeah. No,
not
I mean
a joke.
they went ballistic because first of all, you have crypto blowing up. Matter of fact, I think today we hit a new record with Bitcoin, and Ethereum is not far behind, and so we know the graphics cards companies can't keep anything on the shelf, and they're almost talking like they're not going to price drop until like mid 2002 or something.
I was just reading about that. Now I did see that the NVIDIA was talking about their 3090 Plus that they call or whatever. Just super duper. It's like $3,000, by the way. It's a nut. It's
I was going to say
price.
that no one can afford.
It's like, okay, that's for like the guys who have Lamborghinis. It's not going to be for you and I.
Right.
But the graphic cards are nuts. Like I look at even some of the low 30s and the RTXs, and I'm like, are you kidding me? I mean, that's the only downer, dude, about me going out and buying a computer though, right now and trying to put it together. It's going to cost me more to buy the graphic card.
That's why there was like when my wife was like, "Oh, I want a laptop," after the whole thing of she didn't want one for a long time, and we went out, and not like the 3060s, you could pay like $700 for that graphics card alone, and I was like, then if that's the case, I got a whole laptop that I bought for $1,200 or $1,300 it was.
Yeah.
So at that point, I got her the laptop, and I think it was a steal of a price. I think I made out like a bandit on the laptop that she got,
which is very similar to mine. I have the RTX 3060. Is that what she has, or does she have something bigger?
She has the RTX 3060, and then she has the new Ryzen 7 5800 chip. So that is equivalent to a desktop version of a Ryzen 5 3600. So because we know that desktops and laptops, power-wise, usually don't have the same thing. And then the other thing is that you have to remember, a lot of times you're not getting the, I believe, 140-watt RTX 3060 video card.
Right.
And that's what she has in hers. A lot of times they dummy down the voltage, and then that drops your core speeds, and you're not getting a true 3060. And so these are things that a lot of people don't realize, and then when they buy something, they have no clue of why it's cheap. I
don't really care for some of the really cheap Lenovo stuff, but the Lenovo brands that we have, the Legions and those type of things, I really like them. Has your wife dipped into switching around, and just playing around with the performance and switching around the fan stuff, which is really, it does make a dramatic difference. Actually, it does.
She doesn't need any of that. And
she's not doing the high intense. She's not doing the high intense graphics.
She loads on Lightroom, and that thing is a monster.
It is,
and so she's pulling up like 30 meg pictures. It's no big deal.
No. I mean, even me, I can run DaVinci at mid level, keep the fan fairly quiet, or hybrid it, and I'm like, I'm fine.
Those Legion 5s, especially even hers is a brand new one. Those are rated very high. I mean, they're not garbage. And because I got her the 15.6 inch screen, she got the improved
500
144
nits.
hertz.
Did she get 500 nits with that?
I don't think it comes up to 500, because that's
300 would be the next one. I went with the 500.
It is.
Makes a massive difference outside. Oh my goodness.
Huge.
But
you're going to pay. You're going to pay another probably $400 to $500 just for 500 knits.
Yeah, I paid the
And
price.
if you don't know what we're talking about, that is the brightness of the screen, the laptop screen. So a lot of times, when you're looking at a lot of screens and you're like, man, I can't see too well in some, ambient light of a room. And a lot of times the laptops aren't very bright. And if you're doing like video editing and you want to really truly see what things look like, you want to have a better monitor.
You see that,
with some true
if you
colors.
really want to notice it, go outside during the daytime. That's when you really notice how good the knits are. Patrick says, I want one of the new MacBook Pros. I definitely need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So would you get, so if you need it, because I know he travels a lot, are you basically going to get like a 14-inch or a 16-inch, Patrick? Like, would you basically have that thing closed most of the time and use a monitor, or would you have a 16-inch and just use that on the fly, open it up? Because 14 is so tiny. I feel I could not go any smaller.
No,
than a
15.6.
I don't think
15.6 is mine, but I'm fine with it. I actually like it better. I had the 17-inch monitors, but I didn't feel it was worth paying extra. I'd rather have a smaller quality one, and I just don't like the size of those for traveling. How you doing, Samantha? It's great to see you on this Tuesday. We're closing in on Halloween. I hope you come in next week to one of the streams and dress up. I can only imagine the creativity you would have doing so. Oh, look who's in I want to say the house. Let's just say, look who's in the llama barn.
He always is.
That'll make you nuts. Look who's in the llama barn. It's Rodrigo, right? Rodrigo. I can say it right.
Rodrigo.
Rodrigo. I can't say it as suave as you can, of course. How are you doing, sir? Yeah, Sammy says the new Macs are great, Patrick. He would know. No Brainer says
they're really. I mean, the Airs, usually the Airs, right? They used to have this separation in price, but you were also getting a separation in processors. And right now, to be able to have like an M1 chip in an Air for, I think it's $1,000, right? The lowest one is it's pretty incredible. I mean, you definitely have to give props for that. So it is,
it's nuts.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah. No, Rodrigo says, I was watching some videos about how every crisis is terrible for some and great for some other. This is just the truth. That's just the way history is. It's so hard to diversify and stay afloat, but that's what we need. Yeah, diversification is about the only way you can make it through the long haul, right? That's good insight.
So when people don't realize is when, and they don't really think about it because we only relate to people that we surround ourselves with and acknowledge. And so if you're a middle-class person and you see other middle-class people struggling when the markets were really bad last year, that's all you think of it, right? It's just like everything's not so hot, not so good. And then you don't realize that there were more millionaires made last year than probably the last 50 years. So the rich definitely got a heck of a lot wealthier by far. They've proven it this year that the separation between the middle class and the rich is even broader at this point. So
and that's just not what you want to see. I have no issue.
No,
I love championing people
good for society
growing, but when you start creating that big of a chasm, that's just uncomfortable and awful on so many levels. $3,000 for that. It's so crazy that 3090. Isn't that nuts? Somebody's going to buy it though. That's the whole thing, and I just wouldn't do it, but it's fine.
I think Brian was talking about this last year, and he was like saying that new Red camera that does 8K that is finally coming out right now. I think it came out this week, or it's coming out this week or next week, or it did already. Very, very soon it just came out, and it's $25,000, $24,000.
You better know you're going to make that money back, or you better be a trust fund baby. You know what I mean? One of the two. How you doing, Ken? It's great to see you. John is here. You may have missed it, but he has ordered his llama pajamas. So we will be seeing John in a llama onesie at some point. So I'll warn you, so you can skip that night. That'll be fun. No, you got to check it out.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I got to get my onesies now. Graphic cards.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do, because it's going to be a dual night of onesies.
I'm going to wear mine Thursday. You won't have yours by Thursday.
Just to make you uncomfortable. Yeah, I won't have mine right Thursday. I could make one though. I could make a onesie. No, I couldn't. I really can't. I don't have time. I don't have. Okay.
I was going to say, go ahead.
I don't have time. I got to figure out how to get my sound working. Graphic cards are going rampant in the crypto mining gig. Yep.
Yeah.
And so they're either sold out or superly hot. You know, and this is the thing about crypto.
Yeah.
People talk about that as, I don't want to get into it. But on one hand, I get why people are like, oh, let's decentralize currency. Okay, which, by the way, government's going to end up centralizing it. That's going to happen. But beyond that, the problem is it's not really great for the environment. We are running so much energy and resources now into mining this stuff. There's some interesting studies I've been reading about it. It's not great, unfortunately. It doesn't mean I'm against it or I wouldn't do it. I'm just saying that I also am aware that there are some really pitfalls and downsides to going down that path. It's not all unicorns and rainbows, clearly, but, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, but the intentions of decentralizing has, you know, if most people don't understand it, that it's about freedom too.
And I'm for it. It's just I see it, but man, you're going to see governments slap down and start funneling into it. I know, but government's going to end up winning. That's the problem. And then what?
You'll be surprised. You'll see what happens.
I hope not. I mean,
they won't win, but they'll make money off it because they already are, right? So this is what happened. So when all this started going crazy, right? You had the two twins that started Facebook and that sued Zuckerberg, right?
Yeah, those two clowns.
And so those two, they're brilliant actually, and so those two guys started a platform for trading crypto,
right?
And because they've made billions in crypto, and so they put their FCC license forward or application to start a platform, and they kept on getting turned down. And I was saying all along with other people that you just wait and see. Goldman Sachs is going to lend out a ton of money to somebody, and it's going to let them. They're going to talk about opening a platform for trading, and it was all going to be done inside for the government, and it's going to push everybody else out. And that's exactly what happened and took place. So they had to build out the whole infrastructure and the trading and everything that needed to get done. They had to build data centers for this.
Yeah.
And so they did it, and they're ready, and they're trading, and they're making their money off of it, and they're taxing everybody. And so that's the government making their money too.
I mean, in the end,
Sachs is pretty,
that's all government really cares about. I mean, the reason certain drugs have become legal has nothing to do with anything other than we can tax it now. They're going to eventually make a lot of money off of that stuff, and it has nothing to do with some morality change, I don't think. Let's see here. Yes, we are. Let's see. I never try to think reach is the evil. Rich, maybe, I think is what he meant. Because they do what we all do, which is to have the whole alphabet of financial plans, saving, investing, trying. I bet he continued this somewhere. Look, being rich is not an actual value system. Greed is a value system.
Intentions.
Spirit of intent. And I've seen people who are rich they are really, really great people who give and do things and are great people. Wouldn't consider them greedy because they pay their fair share, but they're still rich. And then I've seen people who are not well off, and the way they act is they steal and do things that's kind of greedy. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like the value system is not how much money you have, unfortunately. And we do that, right? And I think society has allowed us to pit each other as good or bad, depending on if you have money or not. We're just totally forgetting the nuance about how did that person get to that point in time. Just like we would judge somebody for not having money, not taking into account maybe they were sick or something happened along the way, or, we just make those judgments. So it kind of goes both ways, I think. So I think it's good not to make that judgment.
I agree.
Yeah, well, when Jeff gets rich with the channel and tech, he should build his own. Oh my God, this is a word. Archipelago.
Wow.
Archipelago, and call it the Bahamas. What is an archipelago? Is that a word?
Somebody that's
a word I've never run into. That's well, we learn something every day, and call it the Bahamas. I like the Bahamas. I think we should name a band the Bahamas. Showing tonight are the Bahamas, right before the Mamas and the Papas and the.
The
Yeah, so this overlay is cool, but how do you have it moving? Yeah. Well, those are real ghost and bats, and I just trained them all day. That's all I did today was train them how to fly. So all this is just a movie clip. And with vMix, I can choose any source type as the background in my build for that virtual set. And so in this case, I'm like, hey, if I can use an image, why can't I use like a MP4 or whatever, right? So I use this MP4 and just put it in the background, and it's moving, and it's probably driving people crazy, so I'll change it up a little bit.
Animated overlay. And then also, in case you don't know, Laquita, StreamYard does have some animated overlays that you can download. So if you just email Christian, he can send you them for Halloween. So they do have them.
They do have them. See if I can find. I probably won't be able to do it in my. Well, yeah, I can. Hang on a second. Got a second. So this one here, just to kind of let them know. So I didn't build the other one, but I did acquire it, and then I just put it in the background. Now this one is moving, but it's just all it was a picture, and I think I showed this to you yesterday. And I put it in DaVinci and then just ran some dynamic zooming on it to bring it kind of in and out, move it around, just to give it a little life. And I like that, so it can offer that up and it can be moving and yet not feel like you're gonna fall off a roller coaster. So that's been kind of fun. You really can't see that, unfortunately, because John and I are on it. Hang on, I'm going to do this so people can see it. So this right here is the actual image, and now this one's it is moving, so it's actually the thing, but it's the image. It's John and I. Yeah, it's John and I way into the future doing a selfie. The finger. I saw that, and I'm like, I gotta put that up there. That actually made me laugh. John's like, oh, whatever. I gotta order some llama pants. Got to order some llama pants. So thank you. Yeah, if you have any questions, let us know. Here we go. So, oh God, don't make me say it again. You pronounce it. Do it.
Archipelago.
I think it's archipelago. It's a group of
isn't that off the west coast of South America? Pretty much like off of the top of, what is that? Colombia, I want to say.
I mean, it could be. The Galapagos are down there. It kind of sounds like that. Yeah, great point about how people get where they get financially and the core value behind it. Yeah. We just got to judge people not by their bank account one way or the other, right? And we tend to, unfortunately, I see people do it both ways, and it's such a sad thing. Yeah, so, okay. So, okay, cool. I'll email Christian at StreamYard. Thanks. Yeah. Get all of them and then send them on the way. Maybe Vince said he was going. I'm not sure. He just said, thanks, Vince. So glad you were able to come. It was a fun night.
I think when he came over Sunday, maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I probably. Oh, yeah. Oh, here it is. It was a little of that. Yeah. What'd you guys eat?
My wife made a pancetta pumpkin sauce pasta, rigatoni pasta. And
sounds so good.
Then she had like a 14 or 15 pound pulled pork, and then she made like a lime coleslaw to put inside on top of the pulled pork. It was really good.
Sounds so good. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I need to come to your house.
Yeah, she's a really good cook. So
yeah, that's the thing. My wife is amazing too, so I'm always feeling like so lucky and spoiled. She'll cook all this great food, and then by the way, she's a great baker. So then I get all this stuff, and this is why I have to run.
Yeah, my wife too.
40 miles a day.
A really good baker.
The only difference there's only two major key differences between our lives, because we got married on the same day. We both married people who can bake. We got married. Yeah, we both can cook, and we got the same mics. The only difference is, our hairstyle. What was the other one I was going to say? Damn it!
I don't like most people.
Yeah, that's different. That's different too. Yeah, you're right. You don't like most people.
When is your wife's birthday? What month?
October.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, he's relieved.
If that is the same.
When is Danielle's month?
February.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
February. And when's yours?
Mine's in April.
Month?
Mine's in April.
And mine's December.
Okay, well, that helps. So that spreads it out a little bit.
Thank God.
That's
Explains things a little bit too.
thank you. Yeah, I think most people would agree with that. And I appreciate it. I think that's the thing. We don't need to be going down those paths, right? If we could just get around that, then maybe we could have more honest discussions about fair pay and all this. And then we get into, I don't know, maybe a flat tax bracket. I don't know. That doesn't rile people. That doesn't rile people up. Pumpkin rigatoni with prosciutto.
Prosciutto.
Thank you, prosciutto and sage and crispy pork carnitas. Man, it sounds good.
Carnitas. Yeah.
Carnitas. She make those carnitas all by hand.
I don't know. She got wraps for it.
It's like, I ate everything in 2.2 seconds. That's always fun when a guest comes and you spend 18 hours making like a meal, and then they're like, Cookie Monster, and it's like, oh, we're all done. Yeah, I know. I didn't want to call it out, Cashew. Sometimes you just want to leave Easter eggs for people to find, but you're a wise, aware person. You're going to see these things a little bit more than we do.
Most people don't. Most people don't catch it.
No, they don't get it. That's no, they don't get it. So what time is it? Oh, 9:10. Good. So yeah,
you have any crypto? Do you own any crypto? Or no?
I don't. No, I don't have any crypto, and it's not even that I'm against it. For some reason, it just wasn't something that got onto my radar. I think a lot of people did. Either they, some people really just have that interest, or they got into it because somebody knew and there was a word of mouth interest and what have you to get them going. And I just never had that for some reason. And we went down the traditional path. That's worked out for us, but certainly,
right.
For some, Bitcoin is going to take them from 0 to 1,000 in 1 second. So that's great. I don't know. It's all risk on some level, but I mean, I like the idea of it. I like the idea of it. I don't like the idea of like everybody coming in and changing it because they don't like the game, like the government. But I don't know. I've read some things that concern me a little bit, but again, it's going to be difficult for them to do that.
Sure.
And we don't want that to happen. Okay, let's see what that is. So no, I don't have any crypto. I'm trying to think. No, I'm pretty normal, boring with my investments. We go to the retirement funds, the mutuals, and all the boring stuff.
Yeah, but it's not boring. It's it's
not boring right now.
Stuff,
I mean,
yeah,
it's up and down and all around and uncertain and everything, and that's the whole thing. Like when we start talking about that, and we look at that imbalance, and I just feel that's how I feel about the tech stuff, and how there's no way. Like there's this weird sense. There's no way to predict what's going to happen with pricing and availability, and it just feels weird. I did read, we were talking about this a second ago, but I was reading that it just felt like NVIDIA didn't really want to ramp up production on anything if they didn't have to. They're fine with the way things are on a lot of these cars through 2022, probably because they're saving money on production for what they have, and they can just make the money because the demand's so high.
Yeah.
Plus, gouging,
they have to have, they have to have the resources to make their cards though too. So if they can't get them any faster, they're not going to change that. So,
well, and that's the thing. And there's so much competition. People forget the way the cars are made these days. They're just eating up so much of that resource, putting them in just the cars.
Oh yeah.
And then every other appliance, like a vacuum cleaner, now has to have a motherboard. So it's like
everything.
I mean, my washer's got to tell me that my socks are no longer as blue as they were before.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Sir, you've lost one of your socks. Thank you. I could have done that without, a 30, 60 motherboard, GPU on
my washer has Wi-Fi? Really? Does it really have to have Wi-Fi?
Yeah. Yeah. I had a friend, I thought of you because I was at my friend's house yesterday, I told you. And I said he reminded me of you. Well, sure enough, I'm walking out and he's like, hey, take these. And I'm like, what are these? He goes, they're 2 Alexa dots. I'm like, what do you mean take them? You want me to, he goes, I don't want them.
I know what you're going to say.
He's like, I don't want them. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't want them? He goes, I don't want them. And I said, why? He goes, and he started a 10-minute diatribe about, I don't want anybody in my house that's not supposed to be in my house. And I said, man, I know some people who are real, and it's not wrong either. And I'm like, you know what? I'll take them because I do have that ecosystem, and I wanted to try to bring one downstairs to do some light, just to do the lights and stuff and see how that goes. But I'm like, let me pay you. I don't just take them. I'll pay you to take them.
Guys, I mean, it's a fact that people got caught
It's true.
at Apple.
Yep.
They were listening in on people's discussions using Siri and stuff like that. So I mean, you can say whatever you want. I mean, they're you know. You
The
can
abuse
think
is
that
happening.
It's overthinking, but it's
No.
happening.
No,
So,
the abuse is happening.
I want to
Yeah, go for it.
thank Darlene. Darlene bought me a coffee, and I wanted to just tell her
Darlene.
thank you so much. Appreciated that for Saturday night. I saw that, so thank you.
Darlene 2.20. Yep, she's in the house. I missed her. Here you go. Hey, all
Hey,
my
all.
cats. I don't know what the cat smile. I think it's just a smiley face and coffee. So,
Vince keeps on putting up 2.2 because there's a whole story behind that. That's
is
why.
there? You know,
Yeah,
if you're
the
not going to get
2.2.
on and tell the story, I don't feel like you should come on and now I want to know.
Right,
the 2.2.
he's trying to push it. He's like,
Yeah.
Vince, 2.2.
I feel like Vince really wants to tell people about the 2-point story. He's just a little shy about it.
It's not a fun. It's not like
not?
anything
Okay.
crazy. It's just no. It's the 2.2 story is when I was working one day. I can't. I'll tell you what it is. It's stupid, right?
All right,
So
go for it.
I came in. I'm working in this facility. It was a pharmaceutical company, and we're building the data centers there, and we're wiring out the paths. I walk in. There's a bunch of carpenters in there, and I always kid around with them because I'm friends with them. So I came in. I did a little spin. I said, "You guys ready for Friday?" And the one electrician's in there, and he was like this, he was like this kind of guy who was stocky and everything, and he's looks like he lifted weights in the 90s or something. And he goes, "Hey, you're pretty agile for a fat F," and he swore, right? And he says it to me, right? So I said, "This fat blank could put you on the ground in 2.2 seconds," right? And he's like, "Yeah, whatever." So I walked up to him, I grabbed him right by the shoulders, I put my leg over his hip, and I threw him to the ground, and I caught his head from getting smashed on the ground. And he was like so embarrassed. And so the next day I walk into work, there's all the carpenters sitting downstairs, and they're like, "Yo, that's 2.2." And they all,
my God.
My nickname at the job was 2.2 after that, so it was pretty funny.
So you're 2.2?
But it's
all right. So you're lucky. I mean, if you did that today, you'd probably be like sued and arrested and all that good
oh
stuff.
no, that was just a few years ago.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, that was like 5 years ago.
Oh, that wasn't that long
Yeah.
ago. No.
Oh, and by the way, like that electrician, he was my best friend the next day. Bought me a coffee,
Oh,
a Dunkin'
yeah,
Donuts,
yeah.
everything.
So you didn't know him though before that at all, right? Did you run into him?
I don't know if you guys know this, but when you're on a construction site,
Yeah, it's a different world.
It's a whole different world. Like you think it's like IT and clean and everything's great and dandy. No, we start from scratch. Like you got to run all this wiring and all this data, and everything has to be, up and done before construction, right? Before they build the walls out.
That's why they call it rough
And
construction. Yep.
That's it. And so, yeah, it's kind of rough in general, and people will take advantage of you, and it's kind of rough, and you got to put your foot down sometimes. And I put it right over the top of his leg and threw him to the ground. It's not the first time that I told people I was going to make them cry out in the parking lot. It's seriously, like, if you don't do that, it will be you that has to fight the battle every day.
Well, unfortunately, you get put in those places where it's there. There's no one around to either help you or change the situation. You're like, this is where we're at, and I want to be all like kumbaya, but sometimes we get stuck in a situation that words just aren't probably going to work out. So yeah,
Not on a construction site.
No,
you guys would be blown away at the stuff that happens there.
Yeah, my dad was in his life beside the Marine with his other 5 Marine brothers. They were all manufacturing, and so starting when I was 8, my dad would take my brother and I on Saturday and Sunday mornings. Instead of watching cartoons, he'd drag us down to the plant instead of paying union people or whatever, he'd pay us nothing to sweep the floors. And I remember at the age of 12, he was like, "You're going to teach you how to drive a forklift and move barrels of chemicals in my..." And we're just driving around at like 12 years old. And manufacturing plants are kind of like that too. Like they're a different world. And so you grow up a different way, with a different eye set, and you see things. And they do, in a way, I don't want to say live by different rules, but they do resign by a different stand of self-imposed rules, I guess I would say. I love what Cashew says. This story has been fabricated for entertainment purposes. It is not meant to be an admission of guilt. I wish we could do that, and we'd have like one of those reenactment teams come in, and then for reenactment, we just have little kids, but we have a kid with a bald cap on, and he's being you, and then there's another guy who's being an electrician. He's got a belt, and then he puts it down.
Here's the thing. Like, how you see me here is how I am to everybody. I'm a nice dude. I like to have fun at work. My thing is, right, when you're at work, I like to make sure that we have some fun at work, because work is work. And it's like, if you don't enjoy yourself with the people you're with, it's a drag,
Yeah.
So I try to have a good time. And sometimes when people don't know me, they mistaken that kindness for weakness. And and then the switch flips when it has to, and it all changes.
Yeah.
So
you have to chameleon and fit in with these things. You can't be that person who, you just got to accept that environment is what it is. I did an intern at a gear manufacturing plant, and you ever seen in those manufacturing plants, they have these hot ass furnaces, and then they have gear pits. They have oil pits, and my job as an intern was to go in and clean the pits, and then go in and you had to turn the ovens off, and then you would scrape them out. And
I've
terrifying.
seen Mike from what's his name at Dirty Jobs, whatever.
Mike Rowe.
I saw them do that. Yeah,
it's terrifying. So I went into one as a joke. They shut the furnace door on me, and I was like, "That's not funny at all." But I mean, you have a choice at that point of making a ruckus or laughing it off and hoping that that was enough for them to get it out. And they did. They were like, "Okay, you're cool." But I mean, I got to tell you, that's not funny. It's not, like that really put me off a little bit on the whole thing. But it's kind of that moment. Like, what do? There's a bunch of them. They're tough guys testing out the intern. And we were cool after that, but that tested my mettle just a little bit and my patience.
Yeah, exactly.
And I would never do that to somebody, but Rodrigo says,
"The thing is, like,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, finish your thought."
I was just gonna say, like, I was always a bigger dude, and so I always had people testing me, right? So people always think it's like little people, they get picked on or whatever, but for some reason, it's not usually by people that are bigger than me either. But
the guys who want to prove themselves. The Napoleon kind of complex thingy, it's like
constantly growing up, like
you know who you are,
confronting me.
You know who you are. You're the guy in prison at the cafeteria, and the new guy has to go beat you up in order to prove the other guys you're tough. And that's kind of that idea. And you see it in high school. You see it on football teams. I've seen it in sports.
Yep.
In my sporting time in football and basketball and weird stuff like that, where guys wanted to test, and I'm like, why? But they just felt the need to do it.
It's the male ego, It is what it is. Like,
it's a fragile ego, though. I mean, if you feel like you got to go beat up someone bigger than you to prove a point to somebody else, I think you've reached pretty much your lowest common denominator there of ego. You haven't. I don't think you've achieved anything. Violence isn't a skill. Like, really, it's just the last desperate act usually of a situation. It's like,
Yeah.
But I do
listen,
that all said, I do think we all should learn how to defend ourselves. I took Taekwondo for 10 years. Like I do that. Now I don't do that. I don't talk about it. I'm pretty good at it, but I did it for defensive reasons. I didn't do it because I felt I had to do something or stroke something, and I've never used it. I broke some boards at a competition once. That was fun. Got my belts, and then I moved on. And I do think it's good to teach kids that. Or it teaches them confidence.
So have you ever had a fight? Like, have you ever had a fight? Like,
sure. You can't move to new schools every year and not get into fights. Everybody wants to fight the new kids. My brother was older; he did too, and that's just the way it was. And we ended up in the Detroit school system a couple times. That's fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the truth it is, you're new and you're a fish out of water, and things happen, and that's all fine. That's kids. Kids are mean. They're goofy. You deal with it. But yeah,
As an adult, have you had a fight?
I've had skirmishes. Unfortunately, at gigs, people get drunk a lot at gigs, as you know, being a bouncer yourself, and they want to challenge and they want to extend the bubble into your bubble and think they have rights and entitlements. So I've had to do that. Fortunately, I haven't. Either a lot of the times there have been other people around that were controlling that situation, security,
Right.
or I was able to just be like, I can diffuse it. So I haven't had to really. I've skirmishes. I've had to. I've gotten into that, but never like. I've always tried to diffuse that situation. Dealing with drunk people in that situation is a no-win situation. You're going to get someone's going to really get hurt or sued, or I'm not going to win here.
Oh yeah.
There's no way. Even if I win the fight, I'm not going to win. I'm going to be the bad guy. That's a reputation hit for the group, and the venue's going to be put off no matter who's at fault. And so that's a really tough one there. And in a lot of our contract riders, they were very emphatic about walk away. You got to walk away. You want to be hired again.
Yeah.
So you're always hamstrung a little bit there, but you want to punch people at times. We all do.
Oh, there is, but it's not. It was never about that for me. It was always about diffusing everything you could, because you don't stay a bouncer. And to be really honest with you, I made incredible money doing this, right?
Oh, right. No doubt.
I was working in New York City on holidays. I mean, you literally get paid hundreds of dollars on holidays. I was making an extra $300 to $400 a week when I was a kid, plus my full-time job. So even when I was like in my 20s, I was making like $1,100 a week taking home, $1,200. And it was, you don't stay working in those kind of environments by fighting, right? So it's all about diffusing and people having fun, welcoming face, come on in. But the fact of the matter is that it's going to happen, and it does happen. And as long as you try to do the best thing you can,
I think you do the best you can. For me, the one upside of, like I talked about, moving around a lot and being a chameleon all the time and observing people, is you get to know people and you get into intuition really well. And so I can really foresee a lot of, this is heading bad. This is going to go bad. I'll extract, or I will veer. So I could see a couple steps ahead of what's going to. That's the benefit of being in a lot of different situations like that and being observant, and having no desire to be in the middle of that. You have to also want to diffuse things, and see the value of that. Right? Rodrigo says, my channel does not spell it, but what I've been doing for quite a while now is construction, building, and renovation. It's a family business for some generations. And right now, I mean, to your point, I mean, if you want to make really good money and get hired for anything, do construction, show up, or do some skill along that level. I don't care if it's plumbing, electrical, roofing, rough construction. It's just amazing. Even a few years ago, I was talking to people who are like, they can't find anybody. Can't find anybody to subcontract. Now it's worse.
Yeah. So people don't realize that, the unions are very strong around the big cities, right?
Yeah.
And that's most of the higher paying middle class jobs, right? So when you're in New York, New Jersey, Chicago, for that matter, whatever, electricians are making in the mid 50s an hour, right? 50, $54, $55 an hour, plus all the benefits that you get, plus a pension. And that goes on with all these trades. And that money, right, because they make decent money, they infuse it in the economy around them. And it's so vital to a lot of these areas. And people don't realize that the downflow of money, because people don't get it. Like, people that do pretty well middle class, where they spend their money is very different than where very wealthy people spend their money.
Yeah.
So these economies, these little niche economies, they all function a lot differently in different areas. And so I don't think really people understand that. But if you live in certain bigger city areas, you have the potential, by being in a trade that you don't have to pay for at all, and you can literally be going to school, they pay for everything, and you have a job making in the mid 50s, with incredible benefits. I mean, I did it for 11 years, and then I went to a different job for the pension. So I mean, I've done construction, and then when I was on the farm,
I did all of our own construction. We built 2 barns. I mean, and you learn so much. And I had the benefit because my dad, when he was in the Marines, did a lot of electrical and other type, and then he was into that when he got out with manufacturing. But so I've had other people around to help me out with that stuff. But it wasn't my focus. But I actually learned to enjoy that. I like building things, especially rough cut. I'm not the most patient person for the finesse stuff, crown molding, finishing up some staining. I'll pass, but you want me to renovate, knock stuff down, put up some stud walls, I'm your guy. I put up the roof, I'll do that, but I don't have the patience to do all that finesse work. Darlene says, my dad told me...
No, I'm not a finisher.
No, I'm not a finisher either. That didn't sound good. My dad told me to fight my own damn battles when I was 7, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You need to do that, you know, and... I remember the first time I really felt threatened. I was probably around 6 or 7, and I was on my bike. This reminded me of a story. And this guy was probably like 17-ish years old. We hit on the bike. I don't know how. But he was so mad at me. And I'm just like this little kid, and he's shaking me, and he's like, look at my bike. You broke my spokes. And I remember him yelling at me, and he said, you better get your old man over here. Your old man. I didn't know what that meant. And I remember just because I went back home and I'm all shaken and I'm like to my mom and my dad, I'm like, I don't know what to do. And they're like, what's wrong with you? Why are you crying? Like, I have to find an old man. This guy wants an old man. And I don't know where to find this old man and fix his bike. And my dad's just laughing. He goes, I got to handle son. Because my dad's still in his Marine stuff and shaved head. And, you know, he handled it. My dad is big, burly dude, Marine guy, but he is all love and whatever, you know what I mean? He's all about the hugs. But yeah, that story always got me. I always laughed about it.
Yeah, but I think that's what I respect about a lot of people that may be like that. You know, they could be powerful, strong people, but it's only about, you know, using that when you need to. And that's it.
Like, it's absolutely true.
Kindness until you can't.
Yeah, I mean, and also, and I know talking to my uncles, they felt the same way, that, you know, my dad had never raised a hand to me, and he was always, his point was later in life, I really never knew if I could stop. And that's not going to end well for my kids. So he just figured I can't even start that process of ever, you know, like really ever hitting my kid or being, you know, like in that mode of being violent, because he always worried that he would go too far. And not, you know, I get it. I mean, I understood where he was coming from.
Well,
it's fine.
I know my wife and I had a discussion when we were going to have, you know, we had our son, but it was a discussion like we're never going to hit our son, right? So it was always a discussion that we're definitely going to have other parameters that we control these things, you know. Yeah,
that's always a tough one for parents. You know, my mom was a little more about the spanking. My dad wasn't. Vinny, then the Nelson concert. Now I was thinking, is it Willie Nelson or is it the Nelson twins or that? That kind of.
I think he means the Nelson twins. I think.
I don't know, but if he does, we are aging ourselves like crazy. That's Ricky Nelson's kids from I don't know what old TV show from the Ricky Nelson was like. Way back when, and then he had a pair of twins. I think they were in the music business for a while, but I don't know if they're around or not. So Steve, he's around. He's like, you just catching you guys? Did I hear correctly that Jeff was in a fight? Oh my God, no, I wasn't in a fight. We were talking about the moments where you really want to avoid, but maybe you can't, or maybe the situation dictates, unfortunately, a different. But we both agree, of course, that that's the last act of what you want to do. And then we just got off into the weeds. So no, I wasn't in a fight, although during gigs and times over the years I have been ruffled up or we got into some scuffles, but it never amounted much. Thank God.
Well, I told you my story, right?
Which one?
I told you this. I told you the story about what happened, why I stopped. Remember I got injured for my lifting contest? Yeah, right. Yeah. So that was the last time right there.
That was it? Oh, did you not? Oh, I hope that's not water. Okay, good. Have you done that yet? I knocked over a glass of water around my stuff not too long ago. Okay. It's a scary proposition, but I'm trying to be more careful. It's been proposed to me I should maybe have like one of those safety sippy cup for adults. You know, so the only way the water comes out is if I'm sucking the built-in straw. So maybe I will go baby bottle stuff. They have those,
So I tell you, man, I'm still on cloud 9, bro.
I know you are.
Well, I am.
Oh, all right. Well, let's talk about that.
Let me just came out of nowhere.
No, I know you. That was borderline Tourette's. Let me read this quick and let me come back to you. Rodrigo says electrical is the coolest thing. That's not mindless job at all. You may have one shocking surprise. That's okay. Let me just tell you about this. So on the farm, you have to do everything. One of them was rough cut, build, do roofs. I did plumbing. I did electrical. That was an emphasis. My dad taught me electrical. So I ran all electrical. I can run a house electrical, no problem. But you do get distracted and cocky. I like the VMix. And so I was doing all this electrical. And then one day I wanted to run a simple line from an outlet out to a sign light, to spotlight. Simple job. So I ran the line, did all the stuff. I'm getting ready to put it up. Now, of course, I had turned off the breaker, but for some reason I need to turn it back on. Somebody stopped to talk about the llamas. And I forgot to check the breaker. And I'm out there, I'm like, well, have a great night. And I cut into a 20 amp wire. And yeah, that cured me. Let me tell you, scared now luckily I was wearing gloves. It was a rubberized, but I felt it. Like that was a scary voltage to have go through your body, and it can kill you. And so that's
it can kill you. Absolutely.
Absolutely can kill you. No joke. Funny story because I lived. Not so funny.
Right.
If you don't live, yeah. Exactly. So I thought these stories
plumbing's a great money business too.
Yeah. Okay.
Plus,
I want to be
tons of side work.
It is, but I'm going to be honest with you. Plumbing is my least favorite of all of it. I don't like working with plumbing. It's a little finessey and fussy, and I just I'm always doing there's a leak, and then if you have to, get the welder out and do the whole spot welding and do the whole, I'm not patient to do. I get leaks if I do copper, the copper stuff. I'm not really a fan of that, but that's just me. So I'll hire out more on that, unless it's just under the sink stuff.
What the heck are these people saying?
I don't know. They don't like you anymore. Be sure to subscribe to YouTube's new superstar, John Ryan. Catch this Thursday night streams. I wish there was more music.
I'm no superstar.
I wish I had the music for that. I just don't have music tonight. I'm sorry, guys. It got my sound wonky, so I can't put any fun stuff behind that. Let's talk about you being on cloud 9. How does it feel? I do want to ask you.
I want to talk about it.
Can I ask you a question?
I do want to talk about it a little bit more in depth on Thursday, but it just keeps on every day. I feel like, wow, I just feel like I can't believe where I am. That's all, and it's like that whole thing that happened on Saturday was pushed by a few people, and I've said it all before, and it turned into something I could have never imagined.
It was special. It was definitely colliding of forces that are unique. You knew that, and when you just add up all that stuff together, it ended up being a very surprising, unique night, right? Something quite different.
This is what I will tell you though. I was it kind of all caught me off by surprise, and I was so amped up the next couple of days. I took off Monday off of work. I took off Monday just because I felt like I just couldn't even calm myself down because everything was so unexpected that how it all played out. I watched the whole thing over again, and I was just reading. Cashew was basically saying, "You're not leaving this stream until we hit you to 1,000 subscribers."
Right,
and then Tommy came in, and then you came in, and then Tracy was saying stuff, and then everything turned into this craziness, and you guys made this craziness happen, and it worked out. It was crazy, but I was blown away. I don't even know how it happened. You were there, and it was cool.
Sometimes,
how it all played out.
Sometimes it's just. Sorry, but I'm trying to get sometimes it's just the forces. Sometimes it's just sheer. The winds hit the right sails because the sails were set at the right angle, and everybody's blowing at the same time. I know that's a really weird, heady thing. It's not one part. It's not one thing that made that happen that night. It was clearly all your effort. It was clearly all the friends taking that energy and passing it. There were people who were promoting the show. I know people were bringing people in and notifying.
Tracy.
Yeah, and so you don't get 65 subs. I don't care if you're there for 4 or 5 hours a night in that period of time without a lot of fingers feeling like the energy needed to be dealt with, and it was. And so I guess my question to you, if I'm just like say if I'm interviewing here, would be when I say how does it feel? I know talking to you the last couple of days, and I know you took off today, you're tired. And then I said to you, I just don't think the tired is a lot to do with sleep. I think the tired is you ran a marathon and you expended not just that physical stuff, but there's so much emotional things that go with it, so many sacrifices, so many, I guess not fears for you, but concern. You want to get past it because you want to balance things out eventually for all the stuff that you're dealing with. So I just felt like, that hits you like all that adrenaline kind of drops out after months of buildup, and then when that goes, it's really hard. It's really hard to catch yourself.
Yeah, it's like one of those things that, like, first of all, I'm so proud of myself in the fact of that at one point, because if a lot of people here maybe don't know me as well as some other people in the beginning, right? But it's not that I lack confidence in anything, but for some reason in my life, I've never accomplished more than I thought I could have. Like, it was never something that I put myself up to the challenge that was so incredible. Like, even when I was lifting, if you talk to people and you say, oh, you squatted 600 pounds or you bench pressed, 465, right? I don't think, like, here's the fact, right? So in my head, I knew that if I kept on going, someday I could have been, an almost 800-pound squatter, or I could have been a 500-pound bench presser.
Yep.
So in my head, I already think, okay, I never achieved the goals that I wanted there. And so then that happens in every aspect. But the thing that makes me so proud is about at a certain time, I set a goal where it's like, I really want to try to get monetized and see where that goes, And then it wasn't this like big thing where I knew like the rainbow would fall from the sky and everything happens when you get monetized. It's literally just the beginning.
No, that's nothing. You and I have always been kind of like,
right.
That's fine. But we know the percentages of people who on this platform really end up getting monetized. It's incredibly small. Because it seems like it wouldn't be, but when you start working the numbers and start seeing what it takes, you go, I see why it's so small. And they do it right. I think they need to make people really commit to this to make it right. I think that's a fair thing, to not make it just entry for everybody. But the truth of it is, monetization is such a it's a joke because you're not going to make a living on it. Really.
That's just the beginning, right? So then you have to learn everything that comes with it, and you still, a lot of times, people don't know where to go with that. But the thing is, like right now, it's kind of like when you buy a stock and it goes up like 50%, and then you pull your own money out, and then you're riding the rest of that stock up with you can't lose at that point, right?
Nope.
So right now, I feel where I am to get to here, and I know it's just the beginning, but I just feel like at this point, I can't lose now. Like, for me, it's already, I feel like I won, and then from now moving forward, it's just about how am I going to make this steamroll into something that's going to be a production and be effective and still be able to have a life.
Now, hold on to that thought for a second while I grab a couple people. I do have a question on that follow-up, and I think somebody asked the question I was going to ask. But Cashew says, if we could see John in his onesie with his and his adult sippy cup. I don't know that John is going to do the adult sippy cup. I feel like that's probably not going to happen.
This is about as adult sippy cup as it gets.
That's
right
about
here.
as adult. But I have some adult sippy cups. I don't have a problem with that. Yes, you should be on cloud 9. You're the YouTube's newest superstar. Well deserved.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Llamas are Jeff's ultimate fate. I like this fate. They are everywhere in his past, present, and future. They probably don't have a huge future for me. But the truth of it is, I do look back.
With it.
I had fun with it. I also, I am still tied to that community. It's a large community. My life was formed for nearly 2 decades in that world and what that was, and it shaped me. It was also the start of me being an entrepreneur. I've never, since I've been out of college, worked for anybody but myself, and that was a big reason why. I learned how to do things on my own, create processes, stick to it, deal with them things that are hard.
You have a big
and do that.
connection to that.
I do have a big connection to that. And then my best friend who I started that farm with is up the road and started his llama farm. He had some tough years, but he started his llama farm again a year or two ago, and already. I'm going to share some photos of those eventually, but his kids are doing amazing. I want to go out there and shoot some footage. Yeah, they're incredible animals. I do love being around them, and so yeah, they probably will be a part of my future in that way. But I'm not going to own any. That's for sure. I'm not.
Yeah.
That's why the way you are. Yeah, I think they have shaped me. The whole experiences have shaped me. Yeah. So you got electrocuted, and you're just chilling. So you got. I mean, it took a minute to chill after that.
I had
my teeth were rattling.
Super close calls myself.
Yeah.
Super, and I'm not talking about small voltage.
No, I mean
voltage that would have killed me.
I mean, 20 amps can kill certain people, and then you're starting to get into really crazy. There's no out. If you hit that, you will die kind of voltage. If you're taking the line into a house where you've got 200 amps, for example, and you start making mistakes there, it's going to be a disaster. And I did that one time because we ran 100 amp out to a barn, and I'm like super double, triple checking everything. Brian's. Let me finish this real quick.
Go ahead.
Brian says, I know this doesn't surprise anyone, but can't do any of that handiwork. I'm excited when I can unclog my... I'll be frank with you. I get excited unclogging a sink as well, my friend, because that's a big moment when the wife is happy. Go ahead and take your...
Yeah. I was going to say, I'm not an electrician, so I am a communications guy. So I'm a low voltage guy, right?
Right.
But I work around them all the time.
Sure.
And so they all tell me, 480 volts... you have a better chance of surviving that than you do a 288. They always say the 480 would blow you back, and then the 288 has a tendency to hold on to you and then just kill you. So
I get that.
I was really close 2 times, and one time I had to jump off a ladder when there was an explosion in the ceiling, and I landed on an air conditioning unit. And everybody thought I was electrocuted.
Yeah.
In the whole building, they thought I got electrocuted because I landed on the corner of the air conditioning unit, and I literally had a bone bruise in my hip that bled out, and my whole right side of my thigh turned purple.
Oh my God, that is, no, that's not fun. Yeah, I mean, if you hit the right voltage, it can, even if it's not high, it'll stop your heart. It'll take your rhythm.
Yep.
And it will screw with you. And so that's the other problem. It's not always the high voltage. It's what your heart is doing against what it's receiving in that pulse. Electrical charge, that's a very scary thing. And, I can't tell you, I'm fallen off of roofs and done some dumb things. I'm lucky to be around. But, I mean, that shook me. It did make me jump, and it made me, and I was like, oh my God. But I was lucky. I tried to take precautions, and it probably saved me a little bit. I was also younger. That doesn't hurt.
Yes.
And this is a good question from Brian Paul, where he says, look, now that you made it, what's next?
Yeah, so I don't...
What is your next step?
It's not so it's kind of weird, right? Because people say you made it. I guess Do
you feel out of sorts a little bit after? Do you feel a little unnerved or vertigo-ish about everything, what to do next?
So you know how we I don't feel that thing of what did we talk about? What's that
imposter
thing I don't
syndrome?
Usually tend to feel
Imposter
syndrome, right?
Jesus.
So right now, the only thing that makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable is when someone says a superstar or anything.
I've noticed that,
right?
by the
Because
way. But why?
That does not feel comfortable because
why?
I am because I haven't reached that goal. I can think it myself. So? I can say that potentially someday. I don't think it's not a dumb thought to think that I could make it to 100,000 subscribers. I think that I don't like to give accolade because to get to that point, there's so much work involved. Yeah. It's not the thought that I couldn't do it, but then it's a thought of, can you put the work in? Right? Because it's the work that gets you there. It's not how smart someone is. It's both. I think I'm smart enough to get there, but it's just a matter of, can I put the time and the work in, and is putting that time and work in, are other things gonna not be taken care of the way they should? And so
here's one thing
about those things.
And I think that's very serious. And on that serious note, here's something that apparently you weren't afraid,
right.
The superstar. I don't know what this means, and I'm afraid to ask, but I'm sure it has a story behind it. John, Patrick says, John, I said it on my stream, but I was excited because I felt that we all got to 1K that night. And that's the thing. Everybody felt, that's what happens. Everybody starts rowing in the one direction with each other. Everybody picks up an oar and said, let's get the guy over to shore.
And I for sure felt that love, like I felt that love, because otherwise I would have never gotten there, because I feel it's like it was at some point I let myself go last year, and people are going to either accept me for who I am, or they're not going to accept me for who I am. I'm going to find my tribe, and things will either work out or not work out. But I'm not going to worry about that. I am not a good butt kisser, and I am not good with stroking egos of other people. And I am sincere and pretty much how you guys see me every day. And so I'm trying
to think of the good butt kissers. Like, I'm a professional butt kisser. I'm really, really good at this. I'm glad you're not a professional.
I'm just telling you, because
I got to put up our scene quick. Oh, I didn't move us over. Well, that's a fail. So now, if the doctor's still around, he knows that was me. But I wanted to put this up because we're getting near the end of the show. I got to put the music up.
You got music, bro.
Well, I had to go force it back. I'm cabling things together and cobbling to make this happen. I've been working on it while you've been talking. But it's not fixed.
So I want to say, out of anyone I know, we were about the first people that talked about even having anything, right, as far as a Halloween show. Yeah. And I'm proud of that.
Oh, me too. I've had so much fun. I feel like we've done for the ride. We've got, I'm proud of that too. And it was genuine, because this is my favorite part of the year. I love Halloween probably the most. And I just want to jump over a couple people, because Mommy Lala actually is here, and she says, love the Halloween overlay. Thank you so much. Look at that. Bouncing back and around. Look at that. Making it happen. Thank you.
Yeah.
I worked hard on that. I'm going to bounce out.
Yeah. So definitely keep that in mind, guys. Next week and you can come on both days. We'll get as many people as we can on at night, and we're just going to have fun both times. And
I want to keep the music on, because it's a little spooky. I don't know if you can hear it. It's just there.
The music is so perfect, actually.
You like that? I love this music. It's just so I get so excited. I love Halloween. It's so dumb, but I do.
And I just want to thank Lala too. She sent me a few coffees on Saturday, and she was really rooting for me too. She just got there last week, so this is really fitting.
It's really weird, It just seems like yesterday we were in Lita, and to see these people start to crawl over, and I see other people. Patrick's going to be. By the end of the year, he's going to start seeing the light at his progress, and other people. It's really a lot. It's a lot for me to take in, and it's really cool. Yeah, I'm sorry I missed that. Darlene was just saying that I'm like I am because I got electrocuted. It might be. I can tell you what, it changed my life a little bit. So, yeah. John lands on an air conditioning unit. Colleagues rate the score 1.8. You're like 1.8. The Olympian who just crashes into the pommel horse, or whatever the horse is that they run at. I think it's a pommel horse. That's awful to watch, by the way.
Yes.
Like, you see those little girls running 4,000 miles an hour, and it didn't quite get lift off, and they got right into the edge of that horse. Oh, my God.
I've seen that happen, yeah.
Brutal.
Like the World Wide Sports had that.
And then, of course, I would cry, and they get up and they do it again.
And I talked to, I don't think you were there, but I was talking to Lala on a stream last Saturday, I think. Mm-hmm. And I mentioned to her, because we talked about this a while ago, about us jumping on one of her streams.
Right.
And so I know you were down with that, and I think we're going to try to make something happen.
That would be great. That'd be a
very
lot of fun.
soon.
I'm going to put this on for a little while. That would be a lot of fun. I'm moving backgrounds around.
Yeah.
I love this.
You guys will probably, I'm very uncrafty, so you guys will get a kick out of probably trying to see what I can do.
John and I were like, why this scissors just doesn't work? We don't know how to make the scissors
Are these
work.
lefty scissors?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like the lefty scissors. Oh my God, that's the worst, trying to do it the opposite side. Your mom caught it finally, and it was driving me crazy. It was the Ozzie and Harriet show that Ricky Nelson was on. And I remember as a kid going, why are you watching a show? It's 4,000 years old. And now I'm like, calling out the kids. And
Yeah.
so yeah, I get it. We're gonna sign off probably around 10ish ourselves and give everybody some sleep. But I'm signing off to get my beauty sleep. This is not Corey. I don't think you need sleep to be beautiful, but thank you so much
I
for
was going to
stopping
say,
in.
Laquita doesn't need to go to sleep then.
No, I said it. You didn't, because it's true.
Oh.
But you're wonderful for stopping in.
I said it was more sincere.
I don't like this.
I said it more sincerely.
I don't like you making me feel like this. Yes, John is feeling a tad uncomfortable hanging out with the average people. Do you?
No.
Are you bummed hanging out with me now on
Never.
Tuesday streams? Does that make you feel bad?
No.
Because okay.
What are you talking about? Stop. You guys are just teasing.
Stop.
Stop.
Yeah, he did it. John is the only person in history to do the triple Lindy while unconscious and land it perfectly on the... Yeah, I was thinking of Rodney Dangerfield when you...
Yeah.
That's another one. You don't want to cut into electricity on an aluminum ladder barefoot. Don't go barefoot.
No.
Yeah, so Brian said, I was curious if you're taking it... And this is a serious question, which I think
Yeah.
kind of was getting into what I was asking, poking around, but...
Yeah,
taking a
so
step back,
there'll
or
be
is it full court press?
Yeah. There'll be adjustments, but I don't. Here's the thing. I think my time will be sorted out a little bit different, and we'll see where that goes as far as the live streams, how long on Thursday. Because, listen, when you're trying to reach that goal line, you know that your watch time is important, and I was fortunate enough to exceed that, and I was really lagging in getting my subscribers, and I'm going to try to balance out a little bit more of the videos and the live streaming, but I also want to include a weekend live stream here and there more often. So then it will be like Thursday would be a little bit shorter, where we go like an hour and a half, and then Saturday or Sunday I might just pop in to do a live stream here and there, because I really like the different people that I run into at different times. And so I can see people in the Philippines more. I can run into people in, Singapore or Australia. And it was great doing that stream again on Saturday, where I had one of my first subscribers show up from Australia.
I remember that.
And
That's
just
great.
talking about how, last year he ran into me with the M50 video. So it was like really cool.
Yeah, he was like one of your first. He was maybe your first subscriber, I think, is what you're saying. And here he was, ending up, or he saw your first live, and here he was ending up.
Yeah, my first live.
On seeing that live go from Australia over 1,000. I thought, that's a really crazy. That was a great. I don't know. It was a great connection, man. How can you not like that? I'm sorry if anybody doesn't understand how unique that was. Although I think everybody does here. Awesome. It really took me days to process that. It didn't even happen to me. But I'm like, do you realize how nuts that is, man? Like everything about that night is such a perfect storm of stuff connecting. Yeah. It really
was
helped
like this
me
whole thought process.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to hit like 1,000. I'd be home, and I'd be like coming home from work or something. I just never thought it was going to be like what
I know.
It was.
I made the crude comment of like, you'd be on the toilet. I just thinking like you're in the shower. Let's make it a little more like kid friendly. You're in the shower. You come out and you're like, huh. All right, I guess I went over 1,000 during the shower. It's not. It's not. Hey, maybe I'll see. Is Jeff up? To see if Jeff's up or somebody who like Vinny, anybody who will listen to me. And you're going down your list of people no one's answering, and you're just so upset. Like that's why it was so perfect. And look, for me, I would love to share my 1,000 walkover. That would be great. But I think for as much as your excitement is, I'm so glad that you were able to do it, and you've been going down. Now, come 999, by the time I get there, I may also be in that same mode, but I'm so early in the game, I haven't shared the level of journey that you took yet. So, you know what I mean?
I was talking about that today also, because someone asked me about you, at work and stuff. And I said, Jeff is like the opposite of where I am, but has so much more potential to even get there faster than me, because if he instills the things that he needs to do the videos, he's already got this live streaming under his belt, and it's going to be like a good twist to make things work for you. Because I was literally lost the first like 6 months. I just made videos and just got luck. I don't know. I say got lucky, but it's not all luck. But
It's not luck if you're actually doing the effort. You know, that's the thing. Like, that's like that. We always see that, like Chris Stapleton or some of these musicians. Jewel is a great example. Like, oh, you know, she was an overnight success. No, she wasn't. She was in Alaska, living in a car, selling albums out of the back of it for years. That's the way most musicians.
She was very young when she got started too.
Just because you think you didn't know her, most musicians are like grinding for years and years, and then you have Justin Bieber's and them. I get that, you know, that are kind of manufactured pop stars, and you can't, and I don't begrudge them.
But they still grinded.
Well, no, the kid still works hard. I'm not here to beat up on Justin Bieber. I'm just saying it's a different path you can't look at them as the norm. It's just not the norm. Abel's Treasures, how are you doing? I think Abel's had stopped in also on Saturday on your little trip over that marathon.
And that's doing the thing. Well. I had such a great with the eBay reseller group.
I know, right?
Tracy and Tommy were essential in that, and then there was Cashew was essential in that, and there was Dan C. Bearded was really essential because it was really like a lot of these people pulling for the whole thing, and I think that energy really just like turned into a cyclone and made that all happen. And I was just like,
speaking of supporters,
I was
Mommy,
incredibly
Lala, she says I'll work around your schedule. So yeah, when I'm pretty free on those time frames, but I'm open. So John and I will. I'd love to do that. So she also says that her costume is ready for the Halloween stream. So keep in mind now we have 2 streams, and you can come on both. And if you want to use the same, I don't care. But you know, most of you people can come up with 2 costumes. But if you don't, that's fine. And if you want to save your best for John, whatever. But I'm going to be doing mine Tuesday on StreamYard. I know you're a big fan. Your fan club is so huge now. But you know, I'll have StreamYard on Tuesday. And that'll be kind of our initial throw. We'll just come on, put part of your costume on. Maybe Tuesday you don't even put it all on. You don't put the makeup on. Maybe if you want to kind of build it up and then Thursday do the bigger review, that's cool. Whatever you want to do, that's fun too. I don't know how it's going to go. Yeah. It's our first annual, so we're working on it. Next year will be even better. But you know, we'll have more. Like we'll have prizes and we'll have little contests. This year we just need to get the idea out there. And to your credit, John, I do think we've done a good job of putting this out there early. We stuck with it, and we're gonna ride it all the way out. We'll figure out our mistakes, and we'll make it bigger next. This is our first annual, so
I think everything is great about it because I think it's all just about having fun, and that's the thing. And I've been saying it a lot lately because we could talk about tech all the time, and that gets a little bit boring, and we're not all about that. But it's also, and not that anybody can't ask the question whenever they want, but also it's also the fact of I don't want to talk about depressing stuff. I don't want to talk about how hard this is or that is.
Nobody cares.
I want to talk about celebrating things. Right.
Yeah.
I want to talk about having a good time.
I mean, they might want answers, but they don't. I mean, no one really cares if we've had a hard day. I'm not saying they don't care. I'm just saying at the end of the day, that is not what you and I really want to do. We really want to find the ways of solutions, and I'm just going to call it out there. And I talked to John recently about refocusing some of where my original passions were. I love tech, but the truth of it is, the reason John and I work, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is I think John is one of the best. It's not about knowing everything about tech, but John has a big depth of tech already on him. It's about his ability to convey the information, show that he cares, and truly walk somebody across the line to a solution. That is unique to me, okay, because he truly cares, and it's not about him. And for me, I love that. I love tech, but I'm more inner tech. I'll put it out there. So he's more of an outer tech. I'm an inner tech. We both have overlaps, and I like that so much. I like that about this channel, and that we're both willing to have that.
You're inner?
Yeah, I'm more inner tech. I'm more about the inner tech of it.
And I'm like...
You're more the outer tech.
Outer tech?
Yeah.
Why? Because I'm bigger?
My God. Is that what you got from that? That somehow...
Why can't my stuff be inner and yours is outer? See?
No.
I caught him. He's thinking about it.
No.
Oh, my God.
No.
So, I don't... Cashew. What's with the hearts here? Cashew.
There we go.
I'm a sweetheart.
He's such a sweetie. You know why they're doing that? And this is why you need to do this more often.
They love seeing me. They love seeing me like squirm a little.
No, this is what? Because you were nice to me for a second. when I said you don't want to
Oh.
be on third, and then they all noticed it. And this is why you should be more nice to me, because it makes you more
Wait, wait,
huggable.
wait. What did I do that was so nice?
You were, because I said, I said something about, well, you probably don't even want to be on these, something like you don't want to be the streams or something with me anymore. You're like, oh, you were generally like, no, of course I do, or whatever. And they heard that.
Jeff, I mean, here's the deal, bro.
Well, you know I'm kidding, so but they caught up.
I
They
always
caught
know
that.
you're kidding. I don't think they like.
They know.
I'm very, very dry. Okay.
They get it. Come
yeah.
on. They
Dude,
got
I
it.
dig Jeff, and we.
I'm not that
are-
insecure. I'm not that insecure.
Yeah.
So, 2, it's a game we play. It's a game we play because
Yeah.
we love each other, and it's fun, and we feel like this should be fun, and it's all in good humor. We would fight to the death for each other, I promise you. But no, what I'm talking about the outer tech is that you're so good with your hands
Plus, he's
and the
like-
knowledge of it, and I like.
He's a little bit more
the inner side.
fragile too. So
I just got done saying I'm not.
I'm not.
I just
like
got
that.
done. I just got done saying I'm not. And you,
It's true, I'm just telling you.
Then you say, but he's more fragile. Yes,
Well,
I'm a China
just
plate.
being truthful.
I'm a China doll. Everybody, don't throw a rock at me.
But what did you know? Brian just said this. What do you got here?
Everyone here I know will get to 1K or 100,000 because we work hard. I agree. We are all going to bust through some of these things, and we're going to take everybody over that. I saw that Dr. Rob came back. Apparently he's on the payroll.
Hey.
I love that. Rodrigo says, I really want to see Jeff getting to the 1K live as well. Actually, everyone here that I can follow deserve it. Thank you. And I've had some, that's what's
would be
lovely.
cool.
I'm not asking, but I've had some wonderful support from John, but also from people who were in that night. And I didn't want to make it about me that night, so I'm glad we didn't talk about it too much. But thank you, Rodrigo. I feel the same way about that, by the way, with everybody here. Are we going to have Super Chat on Thursday?
It's gonna be up, guys. It's gonna be up, and
There we go.
until Brian just said that's it's kind of weird. I actually, someone brought it up. I think Dan C brought it up last night, and I thought about it, and I was just like, that is gonna be weird to have
I know,
for the
right?
first time.
Yep.
It is. It's so cool though, because when I see other people have it, I'm like, oh my god, that's so neat.
I have a question for people in the chat.
I don't know what it is.
I need some help, and it is going to be neat, and I'm so glad that my buddy has it. But I have. Can you guys just give me a general vibe? I know everybody's on different things, but let me know the level of this music. We've been trying to find some good I have been trying to find a good background level. I like having some background music for some things, but I don't want to annoy you, so let me know. Who is the big spoon? Is what Cashew. First of all, Kombucha says, I'm back. What did I miss? You missed John being nice to me for once. That was cool. John fell onto an air conditioner once. That was interesting. I electrocuted myself once. Let's see. That's kind of been about it. You missed not very much. And we do our next Tuesday and Thursday, as you probably are gathering, we're doing our Halloween costumes. So we would love for you to come on. If anybody could do a costume that's pretty killer, it would be Kombucha. Come on. Come on. Who's the big spoon?
Not me.
You have to be the big spoon. Come on.
I'm the big fork.
Oh. I guess yeah, because you would be stabby, and I would be supporting I would support and lift up more, and then pour the stuff on top of the wound where you're creating the wound with the fork, and I'm putting like stuff on it with my spoon.
Yeah.
Everyone here is killing me tonight.
I agree with most people. I'm going to say that the
Thank you,
music
Doug.
is pretty spot on. I'd rather have it a little
Yeah.
tad low than
A tad too
loud.
low than
I
a
think
tad
it's-
too high. Thank you,
I
Dr.
think it's
Rob.
pretty good.
Thank you, Kombucha. Yeah, it is a little bit low, but that's good. I may just for the hell of it. And I don't want you. The problem is you. You will hear it probably better than they will. Maz, yeah, I put it up at maybe a dB. Thank you, everybody. Cashew says the music is nice in my headphones coming through the receiver. It's
Yeah.
so professional and elegant. I'm just
fucking
not
refused.
What?
Exactly.
John Forking refused to answer. Oh God.
Damn straight.
Next stream, may I ask about Streamlabs? You can ask about it now. Jump in and ask about Streamlabs.
Okay. That's first, mommy, Lala. I just want to let you know, I am going to send you a little message on Facebook about exactly what you need to do in the settings for the M50 so it doesn't shut down for you. And I was hoping to get to it today, but I've been more busier than I thought. And the Streamlabs is, I mean, that's where you can go and set up your what do we call those things? Your alerts. So if you go to Stream Elements, that's what I use. I don't use Streamlabs or anything. I use Stream Elements. And you go to Stream Elements, you connect your YouTube channel, and then you can go in there. And it's kind of like Nightbot, but different stuff. So you set up your alerts. So if you get a subscriber, you can have a pop-up. And they give you they'll give you standard pop-ups that come there, right? And then you're going to go and you can make animated an animated pop-up in Canva, right? Because all you got to do is chroma key it out. So if you're in Ecamm, that's super easy, or in vMix, that's super easy. So you go chroma key an animated glitch or anything. I use the glitch. If you go to Canva and you look up glitch stuff, that's stuff that moves a little bit. So it's a little animated. And so you can go and pick up one of those glitched things for like a super chat. Then you can put some text in there, and then you can upload that into your Stream Elements and use that as long as you chroma key the background. Yeah. But maybe one day I'll go over it. I know other people have asked about it, and that's kind of like a cool thing to go look at. Yeah.
I think that is a good one to go into. I've been playing a little bit more with it, and I'd like it to be sometimes a little more straightforward than it is, but it's just not.
You do have to play around.
Up to subscribers. Oh, thank you so much for that. Yeah, we'll get on that. Let me see here. No Brainer says, Rodrigo says the music is nice in my headphones. He's quoting. I think he's quoting. John, the tech guy. This is so confusing. It is a little bit of a disjointed stream of consciousness at times here. I appreciate that. Trash Can Waves is here in the barn.
Hey, by the way, that's my brother. Trash Can Waves. What's going on?
We're calling it barn from now on, and not the house. Okay. So in the barn here, y'all run up some hours. Yeah, we're running up the hours. We're like running up the score at the end of the game. You know, always cheap, always.
I could give a little bit of look if you want me in a minute of the Stream Elements if you want.
Do you want me to pop you up there if you want to? I'm pretty much caught up. Let me just run a couple here. Well, yeah. I have another question here, but it's a quick one. Rodrigo says, does StreamYard have yearly payment option? I believe so. If not, is there any equally nice alternative that does? I want to just say something about StreamYard too, and I don't know if it's for everybody. I paid the monthly for about 4 or 5 months. The minute and I think I've heard this from others, the minute I tried to cancel, they're like, hey, we've got this new plan that we don't advertise. It's a $10 a month plan, and you can do everything plus. So you might want to run a couple months of the normal before you do an annual, also, and then quit.
Then I will also like to say that usually Black Friday is definitely a time where they give you deals on that. This month, I actually paid for 1080p.
Oh, thank you, Brian.
In StreamYard, just so when we do all our Halloween stuff in our streams, that it looks a lot better. Because I wanted it to be saved forever, because I thought it'd be really fun. Right. And so I did do that. But I want people to go take a look at Restream too. People don't talk about Restream probably enough, but I used Restream before I ever used StreamYard. Yeah. And so you got to go check. They have new updates yesterday. So there you go. So go try both of them, because they both are excellent and they both are pushing the brink on different things. And then it's your job, to make sure you read over what is more beneficial for you, because there'll be different things that they give you. So take a look at both of them, just so you know. I mean,
we've changed backgrounds. I'm playing with the power of it, and we're going to go with it. That's actually good advice. Oh, thank you, Brian. Brian's in there trying to help me with the likes.
Yeah, and Lala uses Restream, and she'll probably have a lot of good things to say about it. So.
Yeah, I can see some information going on there. Looks like it's interesting. Trash Can responds to you with, what's up, bro?
Yo, what's up? So Trash Can Waves, I met him over at Blind Guys.
Yep.
I don't like StreamYard. And these are a lot of new people that are getting started with new YouTube channels, and a lot of times they have different questions with stuff, and that's great because then we're here to help. And a lot of the group over there has reached out to me and asked me for a lot of information. So I love it, and they're great people, and Trash Can Waves is one of those people. So.
Absolutely, that whole community has been wonderful, I have to say.
Yes.
Yes, and so it's really late for you all, so maybe next stream, be a great time to answer. I think we should do something a little more targeted on that. That'd be kind of fun to do, but but you can ask anytime. You never have to wait in queue to ask these questions, and if we can't answer, we'll tell you, but we definitely want to try because people, some people are on time constraints, so we want to get it done. So Rodriguez says, great tips. StreamYard is awesome for private broadcasting, and I can host my lessons there. I agree. It's not for everybody. I know some people, like Trash Can Waves, who doesn't like it, and they make good reasons. I mean, I've heard some really good arguments for, like, Restream. I'm not here to argue against anything. I will say, though, StreamYard is really good. I was pleasantly surprised when I ran the $20 for a few months, and then when I bailed, I saw what I'd heard about, and that is they're like, hey, do the $10 a month. And then I'm like, now I'm on $10 a month and can do anything. So
it's always like what we say is it's always about getting the more information out and then you guys making your own decisions. And so I can't tell you what's best for you. You have to go and look it over and see what is best for you. But I think both of them are fabulous considering that they give you a free plan in general. So what's better than that?
It's interesting. So my favorite colors are yellow and black, says Dr. Bob. That's an interesting color combination. I never think about that as being like something, but it does stand out. Like if you, when you do that for your channels or avatars, you're right. In a way, it does kind of stand out. It's kind of an interesting contrast. Oh, Retro Nerd Girl, how you doing tonight? This is welcome to our barn, as we're calling it tonight. I wish it could like the stream. Oh, you're gonna make two grown bubbly boobs cry. Get mushy.
This a new person?
I believe we've seen Retro Nerd Girl before. I'm pretty, at least in your stream, and I could have sworn she was there Saturday, but I thought last Thursday. She should correct us if I'm wrong. You might be new to mine, and I welcome you, and I'm so glad you're here to say that. It means a lot to us as we're going through.
Let us know where you're from and how you heard about us.
Absolutely,
would like a great thing to know.
Exactly, we'd like to know more. If you want to tell us, we'd like to know more where you heard, what you're up to.
John,
I wanted to go back up here a second. It's funny, right? John and I crossed the stream Sunday night. Is that bad? It is bad if you were hunting Ghost, which that movie was so much fun as a kid. Did you see that movie as in theaters when you were a kid? Which, by the way, Ghostbusters, yeah, Ghostbusters. Did you see that?
Ghostbusters, yeah.
Not Ghost. That's where they're doing the clay and they're singing, weird songs. I didn't care for that movie. Did you see? I love Ghostbusters. I really missed being that kid going to the theater.
That's not what he's talking about. He's talking about crossing streams.
I know. I turned it into something more like not two grown men crossing streams. I thought maybe I'm turning into a Halloween thing, so it wasn't so.
Islands in the stream.
No, it's not Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton. That is what
Nothing
we are.
Nothing in between.
Except
sail away with me
difference of
to another world.
Country.
And
you are in New Jersey.
Each other.
I am in Wisconsin. This is not going well. Dr. Bob says he's testing. You booing Dr. Bob? Is that what's happening here? He's testing his new camera tonight, 4K. What's his camera? What's your camera?
Yeah, curious to know what camera you have.
We need to know.
I'll take.
What your
maybe I'll
camera
take a guess. ZV-1. Take a little guess.
I don't know. Thank you for trying, Nerd Girl. I have no idea what that means. Maybe she came in and left and I hope that's not the case. I forgot where else from. I'm new. I forgot. Okay. I swear to God, we've seen Richard. Well, then I'm a boob. I could have sworn we had seen you in. Maybe I've seen you around though, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel bad. Could have sworn.
That's what I was saying.
Well, welcome into my channel. We do appreciate it on a serious level. We take everybody that's new here seriously. Do you have your confetti? Shoot your confetti off. My
confetti? But my confetti won't cover you.
I know. Well, it could if I played it right, but I didn't play it right. I could have. We'll just
Only
look at
covers
John's
me.
side of the screen tonight.
I'm
next
in
week.
confetti.
Yeah. Just ignore me. I will have confetti next week. That'll be my next boost up, Retro Girl. And
I'm going to upgrade to better confetti, I think.
Yeah, there's got to be better confetti than that.
Yeah, it's time, I think. The free
Somehow I failed to see the annual monthly toggle button. Yeah, it's not always obvious, to be honest with you. I get distracted when I'm looking at this.
I'm telling you right now, Rodrigo, wait until Black Friday. They absolutely have a deal every year, so you'll definitely be cheaper.
Yeah, that's something that doesn't have to be like a stock issue that they can run just to run, and I think they will.
Right.
Yeah. Have you guys seen the new Ghostbusters trailer? It looks interesting, different than what they would been doing. Little callbacks, just a different vibe. It's I don't know. It's got some chance there. Oh,
I never saw
Todd, crossing streams as they go. Yes, you're not supposed to cross the streams. You know the reference, right? You weren't.
So I don't know if I told you this.
Okay.
I last year in front of Vinny's house when it snowed a bunch, I saw Vinny's name written in the snow in urine.
Really classing it up here, bro.
It was in his wife's handwriting. Yeah. No one wanted to say anything about it, but I'm bringing it up right now. It's a true story.
I shouldn't laugh at that.
So
I should not encourage.
he has to live with that.
That is, oh my God. The
He
13
has to live
Ghosts still
with it.
scare me. Yeah, the 13 Ghosts was, that's another thing. We should talk about that. Next Tuesday when we do our costumes, I think I'm going to talk about that. What was the scariest Halloween movie or scariest movie you've ever seen that kind of, I got to be honest with you, I'm going to jump out right in front of this to tell you. I was a little too young to see The Exorcist, but that movie has kind of scarred me.
Oh, yeah.
4K, the PTZ, $699, Amazon HDMI, and network. Oh, so it's one of those cameras you can
It's got a PTZ.
control. Fantastic. Fantastic. How do you like it? I mean, let us know. It would be actually very cute. He says it's the Avicane camera. Okay, I have to check that
I
out.
could look that up. Yeah.
Well, look, she didn't want to leave you out, so she said you guys, plural, are awesome.
She was leaving me out.
She wouldn't leave you out. She's not that way. The singing is epic. It was epically horrible. And we can't find better songs than
Right.
Islands in the Stream. And who was Dolly Parton and who was Kenny Rogers? Hey, you know what we should do?
I'm not
Chat.
going to tell.
Hey, chat, earmuff for a second. Chat, don't listen. Here's what we should do, John. We should do Islands in the Stream, and you should be Kenny Rogers, and I will dress up as
No.
Dolly Parton.
Not doing creepy stuff like that.
Don't talk so loud, though, here. Indy, how you doing? It's nice to see you. Wonder how Retro Girl are you? Okay, so they know each other, maybe ish.
Cool.
And it's good to see Indy. I hope you're well. She is been around for these streams now for a little while, and so she's another one to push you over that 1K. Rodrigo says, "Yep, I'll wait for the price and see if my business picks up more traction." Thanks, guys. I went back and forth. I did the free version for a while. Then I'm like, I'll commit to a $20 a month. It doesn't seem terrible. And then I was like, well, I don't need it. And then that's where I got the deal at $10. So I'm hoping other people get that. I hope that's not something that I got lucked into. I'd heard that from other people, so I tried it, and it worked.
The thing is, I mean, that's fine. I mean, I paid for that $10 a month thing. It was literally $9 a month. I think, put it this way, it was $96 for the year. So there you go.
Yeah. So it's not bad, but I can see where Rodrigo is like, I'm just going to wait. And there will be that moment where you're like,
HDMI,
I'm ready. Pull for it. Go. Okay. I mean, I am curious what he thinks of the camera. What are you going to use it for? Like, is there a specific?
I use PTZs at work all the time.
I know, and I'm just curious. Like, is there a specific use? Do you have a bed and breakfast? Maybe you want to like kind of do some kind of weird.
Some people like
poke in.
having those, like even in their offices and stuff, because you can control it, right? Like right from vMix, NDI, stuff like that.
And I have a wireless one here that Remo Link or whatever, and that works great. And they have and I thought it'd be kind of nice to have for the backyard for the dogs, just to see what they're doing and making sure they're not getting into trouble. Those kids are trouble. Yeah, I got that on my Ring camera. Thank goodness, I got that 10 million zoom option. Yeah, you did not. Oh, he says he's got it on the ring. Do you mean that they caught you kind of writing things in the snow? He says it works flawlessly, by the way, Dr. Bob. No one's listened to your yays. Oh, no.
Yeah.
I see 3 damn feminists and Ghostbusters again. It's over. No, I know what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. There was a little bit of a thing with the all-female cast. But the new one, actually, if I'm not mistaken, I'm having trouble with the name, but the guy who produced and the guy who directed the first one, I think his son is actually involved in this one. But it has a totally different vibe. I think you're going to love it. It has a little bit of the, if you're familiar with, oh goodness, can't think of the name, a Netflix show, the Upside Down Show. What was that? Dang it.
I don't watch. I don't really.
I don't normally, but I got into that one with the 80s scare. Somebody will help me out and help the old guy out. Remember what it is.
Help the old guy out.
Back to the big spoon question, Dolly. Yeah, I'm Dolly. I don't care. Yeah, 13 Ghosts was very scary. Not a huge fan. Amityville Horror. I read the book before I saw the movie. I thought the book scared the absolute hell out of me. The movie was okay, but that book, for some reason, almost worse. I'm not sure why. Maybe the mind is just... Juggernaut Rocked. Is that right? Okay.
I don't know that.
I don't know that either, but okay. My streaming camera. All right. And by the way, we got Rob's channel right here. Everybody head over there. Stranger Things. Thank you. God, that was driving me nuts. And I didn't want to be that way, by the way, Rob. There's a link out there. Check him out. Yeah. Who?
Dr. Rob.
Yeah, Dr. Rob knows the stuff, so do check it out. And I remember you testing him, and then he came flying back at, and you're like, okay, all right, I got you.
Because I'm curious to see how much people know about something, right? Because do they? I wonder if they work in the field or not with that kind of stuff, or is it like just a hobby?
And if you check out Dr. Rob's channel, you're like, yeah, he knows his stuff. Stranger Things is the show I was thinking about. So it has that strange, I don't know, it has a little bit of a Stranger Things more vibe than the old Ghostbusters. And it's going to be different, so I think people will complain a little bit anyway, but I think it looked interesting. But you know how the trailers are. It doesn't always go that way. Yeah, I want Bill Murray too. I think he might have a minute in there, but they were trying to get the cast in there. That's all I know. So he might be in there. Does anybody here like Stranger Things as we're on to Halloween movies? And
Bill Murray is like awesome, by the way.
He is a kooky cat. Do you know he doesn't have a mobile phone?
I love him.
Do you know he doesn't have a mobile phone? And so like everybody that wants to hire him, you have to go through all these weird hoops to find him. He just is so over
the whole show on him.
Yeah, use that show. He just doesn't care.
Yeah.
I really like that about him.
Awesome.
Yeah.
He shows up at people's weddings. He shows up at at parties and just walks in and
you don't care.
Pretty awesome.
I dig that about him. For some people it puts them off, but for me, I'm all about it. God, people are throwing these movies out. Oh, I have to say, I didn't see Demogorgon. There's going to be some whack movies get thrown out here. You're not really a movie guy anymore, are you, John? Did you go to before the pandemic? Were you going to movies with the family at all, at least?
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, but you're always seeing like a lot of kids stuff. You know what I mean? So.
Well, I know, but that's okay. I was just curious if you had gone. I was asking if you'd gone to movies. If people still want to go to a theater to sit in that shared experience, because.
Oh, absolutely.
You do. Okay, well, not surprisingly, not a lot of people like it and like doing it anymore.
Oh, I do. I do. My son enjoys it, so it's kind of fun, you know. So. I like that, and if he likes it, I like it. So
okay, all right. Well, I like it. I do love the convenience of sitting at home and plopping up a the fire hut or whatever, fire stick and all that kind of stuff. There's definitely convenience to that and the big TV. Right. But man, I really kind of miss going to a new movie that you were hyped on, and it was a shared experience where people really dug that. And I don't know. I remember
I was just gonna say my son's 8. No, my son's 10, right? So I remember when Rocky came out, I was like 8 years old.
Okay.
I went to a matinee in a balcony in a movie theater to go see Rocky with my friend. I was 8. He was 10. You know? And that's my first memory of by myself going to a movie in a balcony, which was not many movie theaters had that.
No.
And
No.
watching Rocky, it was out of this world. That was so cool.
Wow, that would have been cool. I was trying to remember back. I mean, I remember Star Wars, the first one I went to, but I think actually my dad took my brother and I, now that I think about it. So we probably weren't alone. We were a little too young for that. But again, just so many. And remember, you had to wait like years and years and years for the next installment of a trilogy like Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and all that. I just enjoyed that build-up. You would get trading cards and all the doodads in between to build that up, and then you would go and watch that movie with everybody else who's all hyped up. And I don't know. I'm not trying to over-romanticize it, but I just think that was a great thing to have in those shared experiences for a short period, like the summer movie blockbusters. And we're not going to have that anymore. That's kind of disappearing. Alert Super Chat. Look at that. How is that working?
So that's the one I made.
Okay. All right. Now that's not actual working. You're just showing everybody how it's going to work, right?
Yeah, that's a little preview of what I set up personally for myself. So this should fire off when I get a super chat with. It's going to be with this little sound, which is kind of.
I like it. It's pleasant. It gets your attention. I like it. It's very good. I like it. It's not. Yeah, it's not scary. Like apparently the 13 Ghosts is really scary. It's been a while since I've seen it. I didn't remember Juggernaut or all that stuff. It was the ghost boss in that. Okay, I may have to watch that movie again. Like watching it alone. Your mom says, Marlene says, "Whoa, the background is smashing." I like that background. It's a lot of fun.
I like that
up there.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's good. This is the one we're going to end on here in a minute. The Demogorgon is the name of the creature in string. I keep forgetting these details, and thank God Trash Cans is here to help me out. Retro Nerd Girl has subscribed. I love that it popped up.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Retro Nerd Girl.
We're so funny.
Too.
Even after 1,000 subs, you and I get tinkled at all. Tinkled?
Oh, I love it. You kidding me? Tinkled? What? Now you're crossing streams, bro.
I meant tickled. Tinkled. We get tinkled. We do not pee ourselves when you subscribe, people. But it's funny how we still get excited about it. I think that's really funny how we get all like.
Are you kidding me? I'll never not get excited about.
I know that anybody would care at all to subscribe to me blows my mind. Paul,
yeah.
I saw the new James Bond movie. Love movies in theater and at home. Yeah, I mean, I do love both. I'm not one of these like purists, like you got to see everything in a movie theater. Although I think some movies are actually better on the big screen. But no, I mean, I'm fine seeing some of these movies. I don't have to waste my money on.
Dude, do you remember when you wear your sneakers and it would stick so hard,
so
to the
nasty,
floor, and you have to like suction them off almost.
And my mom would be like, "You got to take your shoes off before you even get in the house." Just yeah, I'm bringing that.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I did. I kind of brought that fet party to. I got everybody's on the tinkle. Yeah, we get tinkled. That's gonna be our new thing. I'm gonna come up with an aminate, and I cannot speak. We might want to get myself checked out. Amination. I'm gonna check on my animation, and maybe I'll come up with a tinkling animation or something for next week. That's very appropriate. Well, you brought it up with the crossing streams and Vinny. Oh, it's okay to talk about a wife. It's okay to talk about a wife writing a man's name in the snow. But whoa, what happened? What's going on? Oh, no signal.
I guess I didn't turn my other camera on, did I?
So you only have one of two
I'm
of
sorry,
four?
I'm playing, guys. I'm playing.
It's okay. We're ending anyway in a second. That's fine. You might as well test out your stuff. It's clear, by the way,
I never did turn my back camera on. That's funny.
It's clear that I'm going to have to run like more tests on my system to get my sound set up. But you guys were really cool tonight about everything. You hung with me. We had
I was
fun.
tinkled.
You were tinkled the whole night. And you allowed me to run the Halloween stuff in the background for a lot of... You humored me, let's put it that way. Because I love it so much. And Halloween ends so fast.
I like
it just ends so fast, but it's such a vibe. It's getting darker out earlier, which I don't love, but it is what it is. Yeah. But, it gets spooky already, and you hear the leaves rustling when you're walking the dogs at night, and it gets all kind of weird. But
yeah, speaking of the leaves, man, the leaves are coming down.
I know, man. I'm not ready for that at all. I'm just totally...
No.
I'm not ready for it. Woo! I think
blow them into the corner of the backyard.
Yeah, we're wooing the heck out of this. Woo. It's from the shock you had years ago, Jeff. It could be taking hold right tonight. It could be the electrotherapy is happening.
Firing the synapses.
I'm pulling it up there. I dropped this nugget. I got to deal with the fallout. Imagine getting peed on every time you got excited. Here's the thing about that. You laugh, but had a Cocker Spaniel who every time he got excited would pee. So I tell people, please don't excite this dog. He's going to pee everywhere. So there are dogs who do that. I imagine there are people who do. Saw somebody get off a ride at Disney once who peed themselves, if that counts. I don't know if they were excited or just scared.
Come to Newark. I'll show you people peeing. Come on down, see what it's all about.
I got a whole corridor. I got trap lines set up of people who pee themselves every minute of the day.
You want to smell urine? Come to Newark, bro. It'll be not a problem.
That's so funny. It's funny because it's true. Yeah, for you, it's the last speed bump before Christmas. I guess Thanksgiving is really kind of your appetizer and your kind of ramp. So I guess it would be a little bit. Yeah. We have to draw the line somewhere, but you probably missed it, but he did bring it up.
That's a tough one.
Brian, thank you. It was a nice stream. Thank you for hanging out and we had the bumpy intro, but we got through it. We learned some things. We had some fun. I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed having John and having our post 1K talk, and I imagine we'll talk about it a little bit more on Thursday as you come to terms with it and what that means for you.
Yeah. I got to set up my stream, actually.
You need to set your stream up on, it's Tuesday. You have your thumbnail up?
No.
I have to say something about that. Because when we started streaming, John would be, he's kind of that dad. He's around my neck. Dude, you gotta get those thumbnails up at least 5 days. You gotta get the thumbnails up. You gotta get, and I'll notice the last couple months, John's like, I gotta get my thumbnails up. And I just have to look, I'm like, oh, it's Tuesday or it's Wednesday. I'm like, this is what it's come to. Nobody's putting good pants on anymore.
Good for a while.
You were, and you had every right to tell me anything, But I'm just laughing a little bit how it goes. It's like you got to do it, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're in shorts, getting your thumbnail up on like Wednesday night or something like that. It just happens. Nothing cute day memories. Yep, I have no idea what that means. Nothing cute.
But days of memories.
Hashtag memories. I'm not.
Days
I'm trying to
of memories.
I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know what that means.
I'll give you a little bit.
Good night.
I don't know. I can't.
It's like a metronome. Good night, Darlene. Great to see you.
I'm out.
Jesus.
First quarter.
Dude,
First quarter.
This is not, you may not have laid the best welcome wagon brochure for people who go to New Jersey, but there are spots everywhere where this happens. There's a lot more maybe in New Jersey, New York.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do to wrap it up. I want to thank everybody for coming in, saying hi. You guys worked hard to make this a wonderful night. John, I don't know what to say, man. You're always a champion, always helping me out, and I do appreciate it. We kid around, of course, but in all seriousness, thank you.
You always do.
I will be here next Tuesday, so everybody remember, we'll be here. We're going to do, let's see, our Halloween. That would be our first one on Tuesday on my channel. Here, a week from now, I will work to get my thumbnail up a little bit earlier to remind you. I will have to come up with something that visually that people will see it and will remind you. And maybe I'll dump some things up on some groups that we're a part of. I don't know. It's really hard to advertise something special on YouTube a little bit, I suppose. I suppose you could, I don't know. Can you do?
Yeah.
You can't really.
I'll share your thumbnail in
that's fine.
Community tab too.
I love that you can do that. I appreciate that so much. To everybody, thank you, Cashew. You're the best. I don't know. You made this circus work as you always do. Brian,
Thanks,
Paul,
Cashew.
Lala, everybody who stopped in. If I try to think, everybody would be here for an hour. Dan,
Yeah, Brian, Todd, Trash Can Waves, Darlene,
Saul Ken.
Indy.
It's always fun to go back and try to remember everybody's stuff in. You guys are amazing.
Dr. Rob and
Dr. Rob,
my mom, and
Yep.
plus the new retro girl. So
yes, it's very nice to meet you,
cool.
Retro Girl. Thank you for subscribing, saying hi, and being part of our Stream Bud community. That means the world to us. All right, well,
nerd girl.
We will get that stuff out.
Nerd.
What did I say?
No, I'm just saying it's retro nerd.
Oh, I thought maybe I said it wrong. I'm like, here I go.
That's like the cool thing, by the way. Now being a nerd and geek is like
never was
pretty
cool. Now, nerds run everything. Nerds are kind of the bullies now, too, a little bit.
I was always kind of nerdy, and I didn't mind it. So
you didn't advertise it, though, really? Probably as much as you would now. Maybe.
Probably not. Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't.
I'm more nerdy than I ever been.
And let's keep in mind now, nerds are shown with
Rodrigo.
cool cars and power. Back then, nerds were guys who had flood pants, broken glasses, and were bruises all over them. So it is it's interesting how it's changed a lot since the mid '80s. I mean, how that vibe is, and I'm glad in a way. I mean, I should be picking on
Something
kids.
to do with the movie The Nerds, right? Revenge of the Nerds, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
And then
That's
Saturday Night
right.
Live had a skit on all that stuff and everything. So I don't know. It's all good. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next Tuesday. John, I will see you on Thursday. I'm going to cue us out of here and play some music that matters.
Sweet.
And
Bye,
yeah,
everybody.
thanks a lot, guys. We're out. Trouble's on its way.